gravity fields or some shit.
Oh. No, that is real. That wasn't a press release, though. That was internal communication.
Yeah, I don't believe it's real.
It literally is.
I don't believe you.
Harry Gold told me it's real, so.
Oh. Then it's real, okay. I can't argue with that.
My tooth hurts right now. That's fucked up.
Damn.
I'm just not doing well.
2:30.
It is 2:30.
Actually 6 p.m. and you know what that means.
Oh, we're already going, dog.
Party time.
Oh.
We got 45 seconds. No, we're not. We have 28 seconds. I was looking at the wrong display.
Okay.
Someone should maybe buy me a second monitor.
We have a second monitor. We have several second monitors.
Yeah, but someone should like connect it up.
You can't. Well, you don't have anywhere you wanted to put it.
I want to
Takes
put
like
it
3
up.
seconds.
I want to put it above the current display.
You need to
Got
get
a
a
show
shelf.
starting! Yo!
Oh shit! Don't do that, or I'll kill you.
Everybody, welcome to Degeneracy Live, episode 17. I want to wish everyone a happy bow tie day. None of us are wearing bow ties. Fuck!
Happy birthday to
Shit.
Shania Twain.
Is it?
Are we on camera right now?
Yes.
Oh,
Are we
shit.
live?
Yeah,
Have we been live?
we are literally live right now.
Is
Hey,
it doing
we
the
live?
countdown, or is it showing the cameras?
I can turn it off.
Wait,
No,
we
I-
Alright,
live?
end of the show.
I would.
It's
What?
over.
No, wait. No,
Alright. How's
you're
everyone?
not sharing your screen, by the way.
Who, shut up! Can I start the show? Like,
No.
I know what I'm doing. I've done this for 17 times.
And it's always gone great.
Okay, so how's everyone celebrating?
Maybe someone else.
Shut up! How's everyone been celebrating International Bow Tie Day or whatever the fuck it was?
I've been eating so many bow ties, you have no idea.
Bow
Like
tie
those little
pasta?
noodles. I don't know what the name of those noodles are, but ones that look like bow ties, except they're real bow ties. So they're even tastier. This is a great bit.
Harry Gold's gonna be furious.
Hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
And
about
Shapiro
you?
is gonna be furious.
What about me?
Tucker Carlson's gonna be furious. Any
What about
right wing formal man is gonna be business at that.
Yeah, because the bow tie is the peak of masculine dress.
Why'd you call my name for attention just to immediately move on to some other subject?
Because you didn't say anything, so I.
I said
You gotta stay on your toes.
You said so, Amy, and I was like,
This is a
what?
tight
And then
show.
you were like, so the bow tie. And I'm
It's
like,
a big
"Well."
show. A lot of shit happens. All right, you gotta keep up.
You were like, Amy, and I was like, what? And you were like, so Tucker Carlson.
Well, how have you been celebrating Bow Tie Day?
By not thinking about it.
Ooh, so it's like a reverse celebration.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm the counterculture. I'm against the status quo.
that's
I'm not
deep,
all
man.
for that.
It's
Those
just
woke
it's just a-
holidays.
It's just a huge, just a huge fucking ruse to get people to buy bow ties. I'm not
It was
gonna
inven-
stand for
SR
it.
It was
joining
invented by
us.
Big Tie.
Big
SRV
big
says-
bow tie.
He
Big
texts
bow
me
tie.
and
wants to buy a
sorry,
bow tie.
sorry, we got a late show announcement. SRV texts me and he says, "Can I join the stream?" Literally 5 minutes before we start. Welcome to
Yeah.
the show, SRV.
Welcome.
Hello. Get in here.
See, this is why
Of
you
course he
gotta
can't fucking
join-
hear you.
Now turn your camera on.
He won't.
Hold on.
I don't think the world will be ready for when he turns his camera on.
Hello there.
Hello.
Yeah.
There you are. Hello.
Welcome.
Welcome.
See, now
Very happy to be.
I gotta redo all this shit. I gotta. I should have said no. Honestly.
I should have said no.
How
But
have
we
you
need
been-
SOV's important input.
Well, he's got the bow tie in his profile picture.
Yeah.
SRV of the
Exactly.
Discord server, what is your wisdom?
My wisdom is always, and I mean always, look both ways before you cross the street.
Ooh.
True.
Mm.
Real.
Real.
Never thought of it that way.
Real.
Makes you think.
Yeah.
I didn't learn that till I was an adult. I used to just run across the street and get run over.
Strange
Right.
to think about you being an adult.
Classic
Yeah.
mistake that we've
It
all.
is.
I mean,
Yeah.
after a while, it's like poison. You just get
Shit,
immune
I'm
to
just... I'm going through...
I used to be addicted to running across the street. You know, I'm just getting over that.
it. Yeah.
You got help.
I got help. I went into rehab for some years. I relapsed a year ago. That wasn't really good for me. I ran across the street. Just couldn't stop myself.
Well, it's good that you're better.
Yeah.
All right.
This bit is incredibly funny. Anyways,
I forgot what I was gonna do. Here, talk about something else while I queue up. What we
podcast.
I've been playing a lot of Roblox. You guys
Oh, yeah?
You guys play Roblox?
The
That's-
people who make Roblox are scum.
What did they do?
They steal money from children.
What about shit? What about
Wait, did they really?
Stickmaster Luke? He made the disaster.
Yeah, this is like the only thing that Roblox is known for nowadays. They take like 75% of the revenue from the people who make the
Oh.
games.
They take it, or is like...
Yeah, they take it.
But they have Piggy. They have Mouse
Yeah.
Cheese 4, where you run from
Guy
a
who-
giant mouse and collect cheese.
The guy who made Piggy is getting no money.
Yeah, no, but they have the cheese horror game. Have you not played it? It's where you run from a mouse and you have
We
to
nearly
collect all
had
the
a
cheese.
disaster there. Thank
I
God.
beat it.
The
Well,
crisis is
what's your-
averted.
Let's not
What,
acknowledge
almost?
that.
Yeah, did your
Anyways.
computer almost crash? You fucking asshole.
No.
Why don't you fucking? Why don't you
Steven
fuck?
wants to-
No. Why don't you fucking clean out your computer, you dickhead?
Even worse.
He's got like 30,000 files. He has like 10 gigabytes free, and that's because I deleted one file of my own off the computer.
I think I literally have 600 megabytes free at this point.
Bruh, 21, bruh. I couldn't download the fucking software to set up the printer at first. I had to like delete like an image that was like 100 gigabytes.
100 gigabyte image.
Yeah, real.
What was
real
the image
yeah.
of?
It was of my penis. It was
Oh.
so big.
Oh, okay.
It had that much content within it.
yeah,
that
it was so, it was really big. A really big image, you know.
Up the whole screen.
Took up the whole screen.
It took up the whole computer. It's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to find my shit, but like Ruby Jules just filled up the damn channel with random Clockwork Orange like roleplay. It looks like whatever the fuck.
What chat?
I was-
Ruby Jewels?
I
Essentially,
was
you were
gonna
all
say, I'm not sure if you remember, but we have a podcast where we talk about topics.
Oh yeah, yeah. I have to go over to the Degeneracy Live profile because
Everyone take a moment of silence to appreciate Drake Dragsaw. Why?
Why? Okay, so the first thing, huh?
Oh,
Hmm.
Oh, there it is. Okay,
Intriguing.
so I'm gonna share my screen now.
Finally.
Eventually, it'll get there. We'll get there. No worries. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream so far.
Yeah, it's been great.
Let us know what you think in the comments
Yeah.
right now.
It's
at this
been
point.
epic.
It's been. You know what? It's been worse.
It's not the worst possible it could be, alright? And that's a good thing.
we
There
still
you go.
Let's go around and yeah, I have to. Let's go around and say what our least favorite episode of the podcast is.
Oh. I'm gonna have to look because they're all so good.
Any episode with me in it is my least favorite.
This is your third episode,
Oh.
right?
Yeah.
You don't like him?
No, it's just there's this really annoying guy on there with like a Dorito profile picture. I don't know why they keep bringing him on.
I do want to ask, like, sincerely, why did you all of a sudden want to join, like, the 5 minutes before. Literally, when the show started, you pinged in the server. Hey, could I join?
It's because I didn't really see the tweet until like a couple minutes before that you were doing the live.
Musk is shadow banning us. He's censoring us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very possible.
Because he's woke.
Has anyone looked into this? So can
It's
you?
concerning.
Mighty concerning.
Concerning.
Hang on. I have to pull up one more thing.
Okay.
But keep talking about other shit.
Keep talking
Okay.
about how bad this show is.
Keep
This is the
talking.
worst.
Yeah.
My least favorite episode is the one with that Drake guy on it.
My
who's
least
that guy?
favorite. My least favorite is it's the one that's labeled episode 4. So it's episode 4 where Drake tried to like interview a random communist from Twitter, but
Oh.
failed because they weren't a communist anymore.
They decided like that day that they weren't a communist. Well, they were a DPRK guy.
Yeah.
What
And
is
so
what-
literally
what luck?
nothing happened.
So
Well,
he was
T-Bob
just like,
talked
oh, I'm not
about it in
a.
that episode.
So they were just
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm not a
That
communist.
made
anymore.
that made
You
it
guys were
so
like,
much
oh.
better.
Okay, so I got what I'm talking about here now. So this is what I'm going to call from here on out an escapade that I got myself into on X. So this started with this tweet creeping across my profile. The tweet is deleted, but I have it archived. Blocking yo weird stupid ass. Weird shit to do for likes and followers. Grow up. This shit ain't some joke. Ain't some to joke about. Now,
Tell him.
do we want to
Yeah,
take
such a
a
word.
punt at what the subject matter of this could possibly be?
Wasn't it like pregnancy or something?
Well, I think you probably had some prior knowledge to this. Yes, it was literally a on screen right now.
Trigger warning: pregnancy.
Okay, so on screen right now, I only have the trigger warning part here, but the rest of the people in the call here can see that it's honestly one of the most vulgar things I've seen. So, trigger warning: pregnancy.
Do you want me to read it so you don't have to be triggered, like traumatized by reading?
I'm not sure the trigger warning did its job if this person here is already clearly triggered at it, but says, trigger warning, pregnancy. I've been feeling sick for days, so I did a pregnancy test and it came out positive. I don't know how to feel. I'm shocked and completely terrified. My parents are gonna kill me, but the fact that Rapscallion Fortnite is the dad makes it worth it. Now this shit
Wow.
ain't something to joke about.
That's edgier than 2016 iDubbbz.
Honestly, yeah. So I commented under this. What? Uh-oh. Twitter,
And then
we're-
something went wrong.
Twitter is the best website.
What the fuck is going on?
Did they delete the tweet? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they're like, shit!
fuck. They see it on the live stream. They're like,
Alright.
drop it, rise it.
Abort! So then, we have, this individual... Bronze, I'll let you read this one.
No,
Come on, Bronze.
Come on, Broncho, you have a job to do.
we don't know what race SOV is, so we can let him say it.
True.
Okay, I'm gonna replace the one word with
Yeah,
Dorito.
black person, just for
Not
this.
having some Dorito joking about pregnancy on my shit ain't a joke.
Ain't a joke. The joke
Well-
being this horrible, disgusting tweet made
Rapscallion
clearly
Fortnite.
of Rapscallion Fortnite?
I can't believe they joke about that. This is fucking serious.
Yeah, this is
Makes me
serious shit.
sick.
Why would you joke about Rapscallion Fortnite?
We're actually putting this on
Yeah.
the stream to make fun of this person, not the Dakota person.
Okay. So
Also, when you say it like that, Dorito does sound like a slur.
It
It
kinda
does. When you
does.
say it
why
like
is
that.
it literally whenever I'm trying to pull up this thread, it immediately self-destructs?
They're trying to silence you, Drake.
It's
Elon
Elon,
doesn't want
he's
you to see
doing
the
it.
truth.
Okay, so
You're
I
getting,
said...
you're getting DDoSed.
I said, yeah, we're getting DDoSed right now. Xander's in the chat. He's DDoSing us. That's what he came in for. So I said, why do you care, Lamau? And this person and their boyfriend, which, by the way, is an awesome move to do on Twitter, by the way, when you send all your tweets to your partner, so that way they can go and double team you to artificially increase the replies and likes.
They don't act like we don't do that. We always make fun of people on Twitter. It's fun as shit.
No, I'm just calling a spade a spade. So, this person...
Because pregnancy isn't a funny joke, pal.
Because pregnancy isn't a funny joke, pal? Now, is this, like, at the... First of all, who the hell needs a trigger warning for pregnancy? I still want to, like, fucking talk about this. Why?
I'll have you know I'm allergic to pregnancy.
I'm fucking terrified of pregnancy.
But also,
that shit scares me.
But also, like... What? This is one of the most banal fucking things...
Of course you have to bring Rapscallion Fortnite into this discussion.
Yeah. Not only did you joke about pregnancy, but you also had to joke about Fortnite. That's the last straw, man.
Because
pregnancy...
You don't fucking... It's not funny to joke about Fortnite. What if... That'd be a funny bit.
No, but it says... But
it's like a...
He literally unironically saying, because pregnancy isn't a funny joke, pal?
Awkward much? It's not funny. Not funny to laugh. Oh my god.
He's declared all of pregnancy could never be a funny joke. Like, the entire concept.
Okay, there's some funny pregnancies.
The joke
can laugh at some pregnancies.
The joke literally isn't about pregnancy. The joke is just Rapscallion Fortnite. Like, it is so fucking banal of a tweet.
Yeah. But also, why so strongly on the anti-joking about pregnancy front? That also seems like a pretty banal thing. Like, why is that? I get some other things why there would be contention in joking about that stuff, but pregnancy that's not, like, protected at all.
Yeah. How should I break this down? Because there's, like, several threads to go down. Should I just keep following this one?
Sure.
Pregnant people are technically a minority.
Which one makes them look dumber?
So are rich people, though. So.
Oh, yeah.
So I said, the joke is not even at the expense of pregnancy, but regardless, pregnancy is absolutely hilarious. Right?
True.
Now, I'm saying this intentionally to stoke rage within this person, obviously. And it worked.
I see his reply. It's great.
Yes, it is. The joke is that a Fortnite skin got this motherfucker pregnant, which clearly is not possible.
Clearly is not possible.
It's not possible. It's fiction.
Clearly.
I can't believe you would slander
I checked the facts.
Fortnite
I looked
like
into
that.
it. I read all the studies. You cannot get pregnant from a Fortnite skin.
I like
they teach you that
their partner
for real.
times it just says for real at this
for real.
Like it's so perfunctory just to artificially ratio.
Is this a bit? Are they doing a bit?
No, that's the fucked up thing, and it spirals out from here. Okay, pregnancy isn't a joke. Whether you find it funny, there's people out there that can't get pregnant or have a healthy pregnancy. Makes them lose their baby and such other things. I replied under the Degeneracy Live page because they blocked me on here. I wish your mom lost her baby when she was carrying your dumbass.
Now, Drake, that's a trigger warning tweet right there. You need to put a trigger warning.
What if a mother sees that?
It's an X.
Yeah.
It's a.
What if the baby? What if a dead baby sees that? What are you gonna do?
It's an escapade. I literally
Don't give Elon that satisfaction.
Is Twitter fucking okay? So from
a functional website? No. It's not.
So from this, right? This is literally basically all the content of this thread so far. This person says, "It seems you're the type of person to get someone pregnant and then leave them stranded alone. I hope you think about what you're saying next time." Oh, I like that to say that's vulgar. It's vulgar. Like I'm eating with like my elbows on the table. Or, like, I forgot to say please for, like, that's vulgar. That's very...
Where are your manners?
How can you joke about
pregnant person?
Yeah, but they're saying, no, They're saying it's vulgar to knock someone up and then leave them. Like it's on the
Exactly.
same.
Quite rude.
Quite rude. So I just
Quite
said,
rude of you.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
I've
rude.
done that more times than I can count, to be honest. Ha ha ha.
Ah.
I'd like to imagine the people in this thread are like fact checking that. Like, is that real?
It's real?
Well, they
Wait,
do.
what's your
They
name?
do literally run with it and go like, "Weird Dorito,
Oof.
reconsider. Gonna block this weird Dorito too." It also. I made a tweet saying that this manner of speaking, you know the manner I'm talking about, in tweet form, comes off extraordinarily affected. You know?
Yeah.
Affected?
Yes.
Yeah, they are crying and seething and molding.
No, I mean,
Puking all over the floor.
I mean like the pretentious form of affected.
Yeah.
So crying and seething and molding.
Yes.
Cringing and coping and pissing and shitting everywhere.
We got 2 quote tweets for. Oh my god!
This website is functional.
It's supposed to be if you have good internet.
It's
Elon
nothing
has
to do with
fixed
my
the site.
internet.
Sure.
That Drake.
It literally. What is? How would this have to do with anything with my internet? With it refusing to
The
connect?
page is loading, it's just the contents of the page refuse to load.
It might be because I was blocked on the other profile, and then he's trying some AI shit where it's like, oh, the thing. I think this is your profile too. Whatever.
Why didn't you just get
Oh, wait, no.
screenshots before this?
Oh wait, no, it's not working on my
Yeah.
end either.
Yeah, like, what
Yeah,
the fuck?
dipshit.
Here,
Fucking
let me
asshole
check.
bronze. Let me check.
Okay, so they took that claim of mine that I impregnate girls and then leave them and totally ran with it and said like, you're a horrible person, you're a monster, you're weird, you're fucked up, yo.
Cringe much?
Oh yeah, I think one
I'm
of them
not-
said like that's cringe.
I'm not sure if this is on screen, but I like how someone posted a reaction image of their OC under your reply.
It's not on screen,
Of-
but you send that to
Of
me.
their techno furry OC.
One of them.
They're trying to make it a reaction image.
I like
But guys.
I
let's use
love
it.
those people that do that. They draw their own reaction images to their shit. They are normal humans. I'm gonna.
It's
fuck.
like I should start replying.
Yeah,
to
it's the
people's
whole
tweets
website. I
with the
can't fucking load this
triangle
shit
and be
either.
like, this is a cringe moment.
My whole ass website's not loaded.
What if we're documenting the downfall of Twitter right now?
What if it's like
Yeah.
the server's about to
This
is
Yeah, I
literally-
checked. It's broken.
Well,
This is
not
literally
working.
the last archive of the final moments of Twitter.
so long. Okay, I mean, I guess I should have archived this. I didn't think I'd have to, but like, what the fuck? Like,
Twitter is a
I didn't
functional
know
website.
pregnancy was like such a hot button issue, right? If it was about
Yeah.
like abortion or something controversial remotely, I understand that someone would get
Well,
outraged
sure.
at it. But this is just
But someone could cry and die if you mention pregnancy when they're insecure about not being able to be pregnant or whatever that guy said.
I don't even think that's it because I think they were trans male, so I think that's their decision. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just guessing from their behavior. I might just be
Listen,
making
if-
it up for.
If you
I
make
think
a
you're just
joke about a
making it up.
Fortnite skin, you're gonna remind people of miscarriages. Apparently,
Yeah.
You're gonna cause a miscarriage if you're not careful. God damn.
Oh.
Exactly.
Thought about that? Makes you think.
As Elon would
Ah.
say, concerning.
Wasn't that something where H3 fans were
Twitter's literally not working.
they were making fun of people criticizing them and were saying that if they keep criticizing Gila that she was going to have a miscarriage?
Well, yes. It's like a
That sounds
reverse
like
old
something.
boy.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can pull this up on my phone.
I don't know what old boy is, but if that's the only sentence I get from that, that's a very concerning implication.
You haven't
It's a
seen
movie.
Old Boy?
Oh, I don't consume media.
It's a movie with
Young-
Josh Brolin. That's the one you should watch. The one with Josh.
Is he the
Brolin.
old boy?
He
Is
is
he
the old
the,
boy.
is he
Yeah.
the old boy?
He's a
Wow.
middle-aged boy.
Mm.
Relatively.
He
old.
becomes old boy though. He becomes the old boy.
We all
The
become
real
old
old
boy in
boy
the
is
end.
the friends we made along the way. Okay, it seems that it's still working on mobile, so I'm gonna try and screenshot this.
Okay.
Finally, we have contact with the Twitter service.
Okay, nope. What the fuck?
Yeah, this
Of course.
website just isn't working right now. I'm
Of
getting
course,
nothing.
we have to go live on our Twitter-centric podcast
Bronze,
as soon
your,
as Twitter
Arian?
goes down.
your webcam froze. The whole
Oh.
internet's just falling apart.
Arian is trending.
The
That's
Millennium,
awesome.
guys.
That's
Like number
that's
one
Elon's
trend.
Twitter.
The
Maybe that's why the
singularity
website
is
is
happening
off.
live.
Maybe that's why the website isn't working. They're like,
It's
abort.
Y2K.
Speaking of pregnancy.
Y2K happened very late. It's happening now.
Yeah, they were a little
happened-
late. Well, it's 90s internet, you know? That shit's slow. It takes a minute to dial it up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what?
It's just
okay.
it's robots, but they're operating on, like, dial-up internet.
Okay, why do I have to do this shit just to pull this shit up? That's so fucking funny.
The entire apocalypse on like 2 GB per second internet.
Yeah,
That's pretty damn good internet.
I don't know how bytes work. I'm not a computer guy. I just use them constantly.
Yeah.
This website is working.
I didn't think about
this
that.
This working website is working.
Not.
Oh, I X'd out of the tab and now I can't load.
You twittered out of
I
the
want-
tab? You mean?
Shut up.
Hashtag active shooter is also trending.
Well, at least we got the important issues covered.
Also,
Yeah.
Columbine is trending? What's happened on Twitter since we
With a
left?
G? Okay, so
Columbine 2?
Columbine, Aryan, and active shooter
combined
are all...
Columbine.
Yeah, why are all those things
Okay,
trending?
so
What's
these are the
happening?
quote retweets for my tweet saying, "The hell is your issue? Like you like leaving women to suffer, huh? Is it self-reflected? You a masochist? I'm sorry for that joke, but for real, go to hell."
You're right, Drake.
So they're sorry for sorry for what joke? Is this?
I like
the
how they're like,
person?
I'm sorry for saying that, but you still suck, like within the tweet of them saying it.
Yeah.
You suck! I'm sorry, I should have said that.
I'm trying to see
You
if that's
suck.
the same person that made the pregnancy joke.
It's not.
It's not? Okay, so the what?
No.
It'd be very
So,
funny
so
if
they're
it
just
was.
apologizing for making
So
the same.
is calling you a masochist supposed to be the joke?
That's not something to be freaking proud of.
Is that oh, so this is one of those people that likes that cartoon for babies. The one that's
Oh,
like
okay.
one. So
That explains
them.
The
it.
ladybug?
Yeah.
That explains why
One
their
for, like,
brain is
literal-
at half capacity.
Like Nick Jr., Goo Goo Gaga, Sophia
is
the
the
First
same
coming
There
of
it
the
is.
show.
There it is.
this
That's
is that
that's
person's
the
reply.
Yeah, what
was-
is
the
that?
furry, the techno furry reply image.
I think
Get
that's
'em.
not even a drawing. I think that is maybe like a 3D model.
He's trying to
think-
show you that he's angry and you shouldn't
think
mess
that's
Is
with
an
that what that's
NFT.
supposed to convey? Because that literally,
know.
it literally doesn't have an expression.
Drake,
Go to
he's
hell.
turning into his super form and he's coming to get you. That
It's
wolf.
like that picture of the guy on Snapchat like this. He's like, do not fuck with me.
This episode has a new topic, and it's the end of Twitter. Thank you, Crack Miser.
The fuck? You enjoy getting people pregnant and leaving them to suffer with a child they don't even want? Go to hell.
What the hell?
What the heck? Is that is
The
not even
hell?
at all.
It's really
Just
rude,
going for
Drake.
help or visit a
Very
therapist.
vulgar, even.
It's vulgar, yeah.
It's.
What the heck?
I like that.
Go to
I
hell.
like just calling it vulgar. That's so funny.
I like how I like
How
WTH. What the heck?
Decent.
What the heck? That is not even funny joke at all.
Yeah. Do you have no decorum?
You're going to bed without dinner tonight.
The reason. Someone.
The frick.
Someone says the reason the college shootings are trending is because there was a shooting at the UNC campus. Oh well.
Oh,
Sorry to
there's
hear.
a shooting, and that's why shootings are trending. Okay.
Well, I know.
You're
I know,
ignoring
I know
what
someone
they're
else in
doing
North
right now.
Carolina. Suspicious.
Hashtag YouTube gaming is also trending.
Why are
Oh,
we
no.
just
Just
reading the
YouTube
phone?
gaming.
Because that's the only thing I can see on Twitter right now. The Pirates are playing at the Royal Stadium.
Holy
That's
shit!
MLB news. It starts at
Holy
8:10 p.m.
Holy
Subscribe to Premium.
Remember
That's
the
also on my
shooting that
screen.
happened at YouTube
It says who to
headquarters?
follow, and Joseph Alexander Simpson is on the top of the list, and it doesn't change, so he's
Stop
just there the whole
saying.
time on my screen.
Don't say his name.
He
He's
won't
gonna
go
come
away.
back.
It's like Voldemort.
Yeah, it's like Beetlejuice.
He has like a device on his, like a program on his computer. Anytime his name is mentioned on the internet, it immediately.
It's like a
just
Google
goes
alert,
to
but
the-
like
yeah, it's like an Amber Alert,
Sad.
but only when he's mentioned.
that sucks because my next videos that we're gonna talk about were also on Twitter. So.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Great website.
Can someone
Remember the shooting? Remember the shooting that happened at YouTube headquarters?
Let's just play
Yeah.
Roblox.
That shit was fucked.
That was pretty bad. True.
We should play Roblox.
Anyways,
Shut up, dude. Can I be
You shut
Degeneracy
up.
Live chat moderator? What do we think?
no.
No?
Sure.
No.
Who?
You got a lady
You-
pregnant and left her. You can't be the moderator.
No, they're
We
talking
have to.
about
We have
Crack
to.
Minds of Gaming.
We have to preserve free speech.
True. I'm literally so mad right now.
Thank
Is
you, Elon.
is there literally like a Twitter blackout going on?
Maybe, yeah.
Seems like it.
I'm gonna play Roblox.
Yeah, it looks like it. It might be because of oh shit. Your camera
Might be
went
because
off.
of us.
Maybe yeah.
Oh, it's on.
Twitter yeah. Elon was like shit. They're exposing us.
I'm gonna play
Degeneracy
Roblox.
Live.
That's his favorite program. I was actually texting him
Yeah.
the other day.
No, Elon's a really big Drunken Peasants fan. He's getting pretty jealous.
He probably watches the Joe Rogan podcast.
He was on that.
I mean, he's on it, so probably.
Oh yeah, didn't he like smoke weed or something?
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
he was
he's
so,
so
wacky.
cool. I'm giving him millions of dollars. I'm continuing to use his
Oh,
services,
I don't-
despite complaining about his services.
I mean,
Get divorced at 3 a.m. Here we go.
yes.
Well,
This is
This
what
is-
we need.
This is podcast content.
I'm saving the podcast.
See, I'm curious what the people that like watch this show like in another tab are thinking. Is going, oh shit, we got it. Okay.
Ah,
We're back
Oh yeah,
to-
shut this shit off. I don't give a fuck about Roblox anymore. Are you kidding me?
Okay. So
yeah, we have adult things to cover.
we have this individual here from the. So on the 23rd, a couple days ago, there was a debate between the GOP.
Hey,
Between most of the GOP candidates for the upcoming election, right?
We say most because one of the bigger ones unfortunately couldn't make it due to unforeseen circumstances.
yeah.
Well, I
He
mean,
would have been there otherwise.
They had previous engagements.
he decided not to. Is the
These things
odd thing.
happen. Yeah.
He said he wasn't going to.
Yeah.
Actually, he
And-
said, "I'm not doing the debates. It's cringe.
I wonder if
I'm
that
just gonna
has
become
something
president."
to do with a preoccupation or something. But we'll
Yeah.
get to that. So this is a clip of Vivek Ramaswamy
What a great
saying
name.
that
I think it's Vivek.
I literally am cold reading that, and you're nitpicking one minute detail about how he pronounced it. I
I
pronounced
think
Yeah,
you're
that.
racist.
Yeah, because you're dumb.
Let's take
and
a
you
look.
deserve scrutiny every time you mess up.
Let's be honest as Republicans. I'm the only person on the stage who isn't bought and paid for, so I can say this.
I want to say that this video is being played like at normal speed. This isn't like at 1.5
Yeah.
or something.
climate change agenda is a hoax. The climate change agenda is a hoax. And we have to declare...
It's never been said before.
Imagine living in 2023 and still confidently stating that the climate change agenda is a hoax. Have you fucking been outside? How many
Global
That's
warming.
just-
it's like every
That's just
Hold
summer,
out.
man.
It's like every
It's just summer.
That's
man.
just summer
It gets
in
cold
Texas,
in the
yo.
winter.
Yeah.
It gets
How
cold
could
in
you-
winter, idiot.
How could you say that? In Antarctica, it's currently cold.
It's cold, idiot.
Fucking have you seen like the every year there's a Cat 5 hurricane. That I thought that was normal. It's not.
If
Actually-
climate change is real, is real, then how come my house isn't on fire currently?
There was
Yeah.
literally that one guy that that walked into a hearing about climate change that just brought in a snowball. And it says, It makes you think.
Got him.
You know.
Got him.
He throws it
Sure.
at somebody, starts a snowball fight.
As long as you
What if
don't,
it melted? It'd be funny if he
As
gave
long
a
as you
speech and while
don't-
he's doing the speech, it like melted really quickly.
burst into flames. Yeah. As long as you don't Google any graphs about rising sea levels or carbon emissions or the current temperature, there's
that's
really
how-
nothing.
That's all part of the conspiracy.
Yeah, they're just
Conspiracy.
they're dumping water into the ocean to make it look
It's
like
big
global
climate.
warming's real.
Listen,
Drake, Hurricane
Big time.
Hillary, it's the Clintons. It's all a conspiracy.
Yeah,
Right.
Biden is letting the hurricanes into the country illegally.
Watch, they're gonna have Hurricane Bill next.
I bet
nah,
so.
they don't do men.
Hurricane
they do.
gender.
When's
They
the
had
first
Hurricane
non-
Harvey.
binary hurricane? When are we
Harvey's
Hurricane
kind of
pronouns?
a. Harvey's not really a
Can we
male
get
or
a
female
hurricane
name.
socks?
Hurricane Oliver.
Uh,
Hurricane
Hurricane DeSantis.
Hurricane Alex.
This one's funny.
Okay, so I haven't. I'm live reacting to these, by the way. This is a story. Bronze has the scoop on this, so I'm gonna play this and then he'll provide some context.
Yeah, I
gotta
found
do what
two
you-
tweets.
You think is right. I believe in a culture of life. I was proud to sign the heartbeat bill.
A culture of life, unlike
Culture of life.
what? Like
The world's Vegas thing. I like life and I enjoy the good things and I want the world to be good and the good things to happen. And that is my platform for good.
I remember one of the most
and thing.
impactful moments of my life was when I heard the heartbeat of my oldest daughter in my wife's womb and then saw the sonograms of all three of my kids. What the Democrats are trying to do on this issue is wrong, to allow abortion all the way up to the moment of birth. I know a lady in Florida named...
literally no Democrat is trying to fight for that.
No.
Like that has never
And that
happened
barely-
in the
and that-
United States.
There's people who genuinely believe
That
that
does
they're
happen.
like there's abortion like after birth. Like people are just killing
It's
babies.
very to clarify, it is very rare, but it has happened on occasion.
Well, fuck
What?
me then.
But it also does not matter.
Like that. Yeah. Nowhere in the United States is it currently legal to have an abortion like within the last trimester. I'm very confident in that.
Yeah.
Like, and no one's fighting for that. Literally, no one is. Now, me personally, I say you should have. Are you really even fully formed as a human up to like the first year after you're born? Like, if you really think about it,
Are you really human if
Yeah.
you're not 1 year old?
I think 2 and 3
Those are the real
pregnancy should be forced abortion.
Are
I'm
you,
not
are you
pro-life
really a
or
human if
pro-choice.
you're not
I'm
allowed to
pro-death.
vote?
You should be able. I should be able to abort my 6-year-old child.
See,
I'm-
people think
I'm
that there's only
pro-nouns.
2 options. I'm door number 3. I'm pro-death.
Real.
I'm pro
You're
now.
anti-life
Hi,
and
I'm Joe Biden.
anti-choice.
I'm pro-death. I think we have an overpopulation issue. 2 out of 3 pregnancies should be a forced abortion. Someone's gonna. I hope Ron DeSantis clips this and says, "This is the Democratic." Fuck.
Yeah. I
I'm
saw
Drake
the
Draxon. I approve this
Landoers
message.
at Degeneracy live.
Penny. She survived multiple abortion attempts. She was left discarded in a pan. Fortunately, her grandmother
How do you
saved her
survive
and brought her.
multiple abortion attempts?
They're talking about the fetus.
Well, like a
itself.
fetus. A
Yeah.
fetus survived. Like it was outside the womb and it survived.
So it's not a fetus.
To a different hospital. We're better than what the Democrats are selling. We are not going to allow abortion all the way up till birth, and we will hold them accountable.
Okay, that's a different statement than what you said. Because, like, you want to ban it outright, but you saying it
How
up
do you-
until birth, it's this weird Mott and Bailey where, like, you want to act like
you-
people are churning up babies, like, 5 seconds before they're born. When in
Me
reality...
when I lie.
Yeah, me when I lie. That's him when he lies.
Yeah.
You better be Ron DeSantis lying on stage if we fucking me.
You better be Ron
For their
DeSantis.
extremism.
Lying
Just to be
on
clear,
stage.
Governor, would you sign a 6-week ban federally?
I'm going to stand on the side of life. Look, I understand.
Just answer...
Not an answer.
What? Is he secretly pro-abortion? Like, what is this?
Politician answer yes or no question challenge. Impossible.
He's like, listen.
I like life.
Listen.
Okay, thanks, Ron.
And
That's
Wisconsin is going to do it different than Texas. I understand Iowa and New Hampshire are going to do different. But I will support the cause
Now,
of
are you
life.
going to enact this policy, this specific policy, Ron DeSantis?
Well,
It's
a lot of
contentious
states
one,
really
so
have.
Your answer really matters. Well, in my opinion, laws do exist.
And life is good. And I respect the right for states to have.
The Constitution.
To states to
I'm
have
on stage.
minimum wage be $2 and also no Mexicans, thank you.
Yeah. So you want to know a fun fact about this wacky
Right,
story that Ron DeSantis came up with?
What is that?
The best part is that this person is real. This Penny person he was talking about is an actual person. Her name is... Hold on. I
Penny?
found an article. Her name is not Penny, actually. Her name is Miriam Hopper.
Oh, so close.
She was born in 1955 at a point when abortions were completely illegal. And her story has not been corroborated by any of her family members or even the physician that allegedly performed the operation.
Well, Ron DeSantis said.
And also, it's unclear if Ron DeSantis has even met this Penny at all at any point.
Well, when was Ron DeSantis born? Like the 60s, 70s?
I think he just
Probably.
appeared one day in 2019.
He's in his 40s, so probably like the 70s.
It kind of feels like he's always been here.
No,
Yeah.
I think he's literally popped up literally within the last 2 years. Trump got indicted again and had to surrender.
1978, he was born.
19. That's
Oh.
too recent. He's 45 then. So yeah,
Damn.
this was
Honestly, it looks good for
23
his
years
age.
before he was 33 years. 23 years before he was born. So the odds of him meeting this person are very unlikely.
I mean, to be fair, Mrs. Hopper is in fact a big anti-abortion advocate, so they're probably in the same circles, you know.
Oh, okay. So they got each other on Facebook.
Yeah, the person who would lie about how bad abortions are is surprisingly an anti-abortion advocate.
So he read something on Facebook, or did he just like?
Probably.
He woke up this morning and there was like a smiley face on his computer.
Woke up. Can't do that.
Woke up.
He got out of bed and then looked at his computer and there was like a smiley face on it and it told him that this happened.
Yeah.
That's probably something like that. Anyways,
He looked at his computer and he got the "You are an idiot" virus.
I like to think that he made that story up, but then somebody said, "Oh, hey, that's my story." And he was like, yeah, sure."
something like that.
Sure, yeah.
Some shit like that. I don't fucking know.
I don't know. Politics crazy.
Yeah. Trump mugshot.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
So
Just getting
Heck
right
yeah!
into
this is
Look at
off
him.
the crest of his fourth indictment. I have it, the New York Post article about it, holding it up right now. You guys can't see it, but on stream you can. The entire front page is literally just his face. I didn't support NIPO, by the way. The store that I work at was throwing out the extra copies, and I kept a few of them. But this was on charges of literal RICO charges, like racketeering and witness
Yeah.
intimidation.
Literally criminal mob
Yeah.
charges.
So yeah, it's I would say up to this point it is the most serious charges he's faced, because it also encompasses his behavior between like now and his first indictment, where the terms of his release after his third indictment were that he were to no longer continue violating the law, and he said yes. And then the judge said this includes things like witness intimidation, saying people cannot testify, etc., etc. And he said yes, okay, whatever. And then he went on his own Twitter, truth.com, and would tag people saying, hey, asshole, don't testify at the trial in October.
Yeah.
And then he was not supposed to know that some people were testifying and all this, so he violated the terms of his release and had to pay $20,000 of a $200,000 bail to prevent himself from being thrown in a holding cell.
Yeah. I think that's my favorite part about this whole saga, is that, like, clearly this guy got fucking RICO charged, so obviously there's a massive conspiracy going on. But my theory is that this is all just happening around him,
Yeah.
because he won't shut the fuck up. He's a dumbass. He could not orchestrate any of this.
Just stop talking. Like, damn. Like for the fucking, there's the last thing was the classified documents that he had in his bathroom at his house, and there's videos of him going to people and saying like, oh yeah, check out these cool like documents, like we wanted to invade Iran, and like they're like totally like highly classified, and I should not be showing you these at all.
Yeah, these are totally classified.
And then
dude.
the next thing
Yo, check this out.
was charges for destruction of evidence, because he didn't think after his first indictment to delete evidence and such, right? If he'd done that after his first indictment, it would have been totally legal. But because things like security footage, etc., were then they then became evidence because of his second indictment, he decided to hire.
You thinking of the word subpoenaed?
Huh?
You thinking of the word subpoena?
No, I'm not thinking of the word subpoena.
Oh.
Subpoena these nuts?
Subpoenaed.
But after his second indictment, those security tapes and other things became evidence. So when he destroyed it way too soon, that became another indictment. And another charge against him for destruction of evidence. Like, he could have destroyed that, like, 2 weeks before he was indicted, and that would have been fine. He's so dumb.
He's also in the center of this massive conspiracy in order to overturn the election.
Well, yes. We didn't even mention that, yes. I believe the most recent ones were his behavior. The RICO charges specifically are in reference to his behavior in the 2020 election. I made many videos on this, where he attempted to overthrow it by just saying, I didn't lose, you guys are gay, voting machines are gay, yada yada.
Yeah.
Tucker
Verbatim.
I mean, essentially.
You know what his picture looks like? It kind of looks like he's halfway through trying to do the Grinch, like, Jim Carrey face.
He's doing the
You know that
DreamWorks
smile?
face right now.
We haven't really talked about what is this face supposed to convey? What emotion is this?
I put in the title that he looks irate, but that's just because it just rhymes with debate. It's a weird, he looks like furious in this, like completely incensed. But, oh, who's joined?
He looks like a top about to punish a bottom.
Ruby Jules has joined the stream. Welcome to the stream, Ruby Jules.
Hey, how's it going?
We're talking... Alright.
Hell yeah.
But there's this weird thing, like, over his left eyebrow where there's, like, a slight degree of uncertainty.
Yeah.
Here's the question I want to ask, is, like... There's a lot of... Because Trump said that he's not going to... The reason why he couldn't get into that debate in the first place, one of the reasons why is because if you join that, one of the conditions is that if you do not get elected, you have to endorse the GOP candidate that does get elected, right? Trump says outright that he's not going to do that. So, with all this in mind, he's probably still going to get elected as the Republican candidate. But if he doesn't get elected, which is looking a lot...
I don't know.
What's up?
I'm not entirely... After the debate, I'm not entirely sure if he's, like, guaranteed anymore.
Oh, no. He's guaranteed.
That Vivek guy, he's a dumbass who is very clearly a shill for oil companies. But I feel like
I think
with
he was
his,
just
like...
cardboard cutout. Like, they just kind of
with his like personality type, he has like the I don't want to say confidence of Trump.
He's got
of
the
like
cunt.
Who are you guys talking about?
But he's younger and he has all the excuses. Like he's like an Indian guy, so he can't be a white supremacist or whatever.
He can't be racist. I like
can't
that
be
we
racist
moved
because
on
he's a different
from
race. Yeah.
white supremacists only being white people. By the way, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
2023 is great.
Progress.
Obviously, Ron DeSantis has a stronger lead now because, like, I still am pretty confident that Trump is gonna get elected. But like, if you asked me a month ago, I would have said it was like a sure thing. But now it's like a 60% chance. So,
see, I think a lot of like, oh, sorry.
If someone else other than Trump gets elected, that's a big problem for the GOP because Trump's gonna run third party under like the Freedom Party, whatever the fuck he's gonna call it, and the problem with that is that there's so many Republicans because post 2016, there's so many Republicans that are just Trump or die because they think that he's exposing the pedophiles in Congress and shit like that, whatever. So they're gonna vote Trump no matter what. He's gonna bull moose the fucking vote.
Yeah.
I think a lot of like the Trump supporters too, they definitely have like this mentality of, oh, it's the world against Trump.
Yes.
Like he's being arrested. And I think that's why he probably will get the nomination because they feel like they have to back this guy who's like against everybody.
But also, are they just going to forget that he exists? Like, a lot of them are over 70 years old. He's not on the debates anymore. If he's going to get locked away in a jail cell, like, he can't tweet anymore. That's the fucked up thing. Like, his first trial date is in October. If he goes in a jail cell and disappears for a year, it's not good. It's not good for him.
Well, no, don't you know he puts a bunch of like Hebrew ciphers into his Truth Social posts, so he can find a way to communicate with his loyalists and followers.
He just pre-schedules a bunch of tweets to go live, like.
Yeah. He makes the Trump AOG.
It's a great idea.
I don't know. What do you think, Amy?
What do I think? I think that no, honestly, I don't think I should add more to the conversation. I think I said everything I feel on this.
I think the GOP has got a real problem here with Trump because, like, the only chance I think they have of winning is if Trump gets elected. Because if someone else other than Trump gets elected, the vote's going to get split. And, like, it doesn't matter how badly it's split. If it's split by, like, 1%, that's enough to lose it. So, yeah. Which is weird. Because if Trump hadn't done all this, I would have said that 2024... If Trump hadn't done all this, I would have said 2024 was a clear shot. Because there's a lot of people that are disillusioned with Biden. You know, they're upset about Ukraine now. Ukraine's no longer trendy to care about.
I think Trump will be the candidate, but he'll definitely
inflation.
not win.
So you think that Trump's going to get nominated, but he's not going to win the election?
Yeah, not at all. Not a chance. I don't think any Republican can win presidency right now.
Ever?
Yeah,
especially since it's not super. I know Trump didn't win his second term, but it's not super common for presidents to not have 2 terms. Most presidents have had 2 terms.
Yeah. Right now, in general, like moderate support to Republicans is sort of down. So, and also the GOP has been split so hard after Trump. The diehards and the people who are just like normal, except they're conservative.
It's just like Trump and DeSantis have like removed themselves so far from what moderate voters like even think about that like no moderate voter is gonna vote for, so they're out, and then everyone else who's a candidate is like nobody fucking knows who they are. Like no one. I didn't know who Vivek was until like the other day.
If you've seen anything from the debates a couple of days ago, that shit's a circus.
Yeah.
There's no way that any of these people, even
they're just so
even in moderate Republicans, are going to be taken seriously.
Tell me who any of these people are.
I don't know who that is on the
Ron
left.
DeSantis There's Mike Pence.
That's Chris Christie, Mike Pence, Ron DeSantis, Vivek. I think that's Kombucha or whatever.
You know what? I would love a.
That's that. I don't remember what his name is, but I know who that black guy is. And then is that Ted Cruz?
No.
Okay, there's Bill.
Wait, Ted Cruz isn't running.
There's Mike Tyson.
Yo, that's Chevy Chase.
Okay, I would actually really love a Pence v. Trump thing. It's not going to happen, but I would really like that.
Where's Kanye?
What if they all run third, fourth, fifth party?
That'd be funny.
They should do that.
Where's Kanye? How come he's not running? I thought
he should run again.
He should run again.
Oh, yeah,
we need him now more than ever.
I'm sure he would. I'm sure he'd have great options.
There's like a video of Kanye
got elected in 2020.
There's a video of Kanye crying because he got like 1,000 votes, and he's like, I never think I'd make it this far.
That's his greatest achievement.
Yeah.
Hey, good for him. You know.
He didn't say that, but that's like the emotion. Who do you think will win?
DeSantis definitely uses some weird OS because he thinks the others are too woke. Okay, so I think that's the ticket. Is like you're trying to beat wokeness, so you can't vote the Indian guy. Yeah. You can't vote the people of color because they're woke. Yeah. But at the same time, they might vote the people of color because they can't possibly be racist or anything.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I don't know who's going to be the candidate for Republicans, but it'll definitely be between DeSantis and Trump. They're both just as insane as each other, and they both have just as good of a connection with moderate voters, which is none at all. So
you see, I think if Pence and Trump go though, then they can just reuse the old campaign signs from 2016.
If it's Pence and Trump, then Trump becomes the nominee. If it's Trump and DeSantis, it might be.
I'm still setting my prediction that the Vivek guy has more of a case than people think.
Is that right? You're gonna keep your eye on this man?
I think he has a lot of confidence. I just think a lot of people don't know who he is. Like he doesn't have the popularity, you know.
Oh yeah.
By the way, SRV, you're not gonna skate by on this weak shit you've been serving up here. By the way.
What do you mean?
I've been listening in. You really haven't been contributing much at all.
What is your entire opinion on the current socio-political landscape?
Here's the deal, right? I think this is the year Abraham Lincoln comes back to life and he runs for president.
He runs for the Green Party.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln. Here's the thing. Do you think Abraham Lincoln would win?
Yes. He would definitely win. If Abraham Lincoln was.
No, he might. I think he's too woke.
You know,
who would win the election? Zombie Abraham Lincoln or Joe Biden?
I mean,
I'd like to think.
Go ahead.
I'd like to see Trump debating Lincoln, like he's saying his hat's too big. He has an ugly beard.
Too big hats. Hat's too big.
I can't tell if that's supposed to be Trump or Lincoln.
You know, I've seen
either.
Plenty of hats. I've seen many bigger hats than this, folks. It's not that impressive.
I've got the greatest hat.
Do you remember?
I have the greatest hats.
Do you remember when he was at I think he was christening Ruth Bader Ginsburg's like coffin or some shit, and people were screaming at him like, "Vote him out! Vote him out!" And then when a reporter asked him about that, he was like, "No, I heard a faint sound, but it was quite quiet. I couldn't quite make it out."
It was the voices in my head.
If you watch back the video, there's like a helicopter flying overhead or something. It's like, did he just put that there just so we didn't have to hear "vote him out"?
Vote him out. What? I can't hear you. This is a giant.
Sorry, I got nothing.
I can't hear you. I have AirPods
deaf, actually. I lost my hearing. We haven't had a deaf president, and that's the fucked up thing.
Yeah.
You know?
We should have a deaf president.
We should have a blind deaf president.
I'd love to have a Leopard.
My favorite candidate is the candidate that doesn't speak, you know?
We should have our candidate be the guy from the music video for Metallica's One.
Oops.
Right.
There we go. I got it. Fixed it. It's okay.
What if we did have a mute president who just said nothing during the debate?
Wasn't that FDR?
Do you think he'd win?
No, he was just crippled.
Who's mute? No.
What if the Democratic nominee is just a little slug guy from I Have No Mouth But I Must Scream?
FDR famously never spoke.
Honestly, surprised I'm not on the show. Should we do it, Bronze?
What?
I don't want to.
Are we letting the goober on?
Should we? No. I've been on like an episode or two. Plus, I was the subject of episode 1 and various other episodes. It's like he's trying to justify. He's like, no, people know who I am. I promise. Like,
no.
Drake, it's Sanderbrand Mondays. We have to let him on.
there was supposed
Come
to be,
on.
It was supposed to be
Let
Sanderbrand
him
Monday,
on.
but he delayed it to Wednesday. So
Vote him on. Vote him on.
all right.
Stop the count.
Alright.
What
Anyways.
I've never formally met him.
Well, that
Don't.
sucks. No, we're good. We're literally not talking about him. We're done.
Let's go.
Anyways.
Is there any final thoughts? SRV, you start.
All right. Well, my final thought is this: I could be the president, right?
All right. Do you have real thoughts, or you just have more like ironic?
Is that the?
Okay.
Like, oh, let me make a joke so that way I don't have to provide a real answer that contributes to the conversation.
That's what
Alright,
this
what do
whole
you
show
mean,
is.
Drake?
Yeah, but here's my real answer. Okay. I really like Trump's mugshot, but he probably should have smiled.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
If he was
yeah,
just doing
that always works
Going
out.
full on.
He should have gone Squid Game, like.
Should have done like a YouTuber thumbnail face. Feel like
With the red circle around his face.
You should have
you
brought
did
his
like
own red
done like
circle.
the point.
Yeah, he's pointing at the back.
He's pointing at the Fulton County Sheriff logo. I know someone
Yeah.
in Fulton, Georgia, actually.
Oh, you should get in contact with Trump, see if he wants to get on the show.
Oh yes, I actually hang on. Let me call him up. Is there a Trump number I can call?
On
You've
the
reached
Trump
the White
phone.
House.
I think
But
I think
1-800-Trump.
I think there's like a voter fraud thing I can call
That'd be
Oh,
funny.
1-800-Trump.
where you like report voter fraud.
Directly to Trump. I'm sure he
Yeah.
listens to all of those messages.
Voter fraud phone number.
I have a really funny bit that we could all do on one of these episodes.
And that's
We
what?
should all go into a McDonald's and ask for the Fortnite burger.
1-877-368-3737.
That would be hilarious.
That would be the look on the employees' faces would be epic.
Yo, Drake, did you just leak my phone number?
Thank you for calling the Florida Department of State. Our offices are presently closed. Our normal business hours are 8
Oh.
a.m. to 5
So they don't care about all the
Friday.
voter
We
fraud
are
then?
closed weekends and state
I
holidays.
don't give a shit. Of
Please call back during our normal business hours, and we will be happy to assist you.
course.
Can I leave a
Of
message?
course.
No, I can't leave a
Man.
message. Wow.
This
I'm
shit's
getting
gotta be around the clock. I can't believe they're slacking like that.
24-hour voter fraud.
Listen, voter fraud doesn't wait for us. Doesn't wait.
It waits until the office is closed.
Democracy can't wait, okay?
All right.
Colin Rugg.
See, guys, Democrats, whenever, like, the next election, we got to make sure we do our fraud when the fraud hotline is closed between those hours.
Yeah,
Colin
make sure-
Rugg? More like Colin Thug.
Make sure that the single cartoon police officer is like asleep in his chair with his hand over his eyes
Yes.
before he try to commit any fraud.
People are like drawing on his face while he sleeps.
Yeah.
A fake
Someone
mustache.
takes his shoes.
I'm just going to ban Ruby Jules.
You should
That's
ban them.
annoying.
You should actually kill them. You should kill them.
There's so many people in the server that just do not do anything.
Or they do, like, active harm to the server.
Get ready for
They do active harm to my eyes.
True.
22 minutes of Joe Wilkinson weirding out everyone. That
Can you not read it, my shit? Because it's not on the thing right now. Yeah, alright.
8 out of 10 cats.
Lol cow big battle.
is that the Atari 2600?
SpongeBob SquarePants.
So are we
Mob just
are we gonna talk about this video now?
Sure.
if we would
Sure.
like.
nothing stopping you.
I mean we gotta.
Alright.
We're only an
But
hour
we should-
in. We gotta fill up a little bit of the show. So,
Yeah,
We
we
should-
should give some context.
all right. So, Sky, Mumkey Jones, now known as
Mumkey
No,
Jones.
sorry, I don't mean to dead name him. Siminy Jimminy, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
They're
They're two different people.
How do I even like?
So
Sim-
he was a YouTuber.
He would make
Who,
like these
would
quasi commentary.
He
Where
would-
it was like commentary videos, but
Well, he
kind of
initially started off
fictionalized.
doing like ironic anime reviews, where like he did the whole bit about like anime reviewers being weirdo basement dwellers or whatever.
how did it come up with
I didn't
that?
watch. I didn't watch any of that shit. But then he turned into more of like a commentary community figure through various like controversies that he
Well-
was involved in.
Well, I feel like he's a little different from like other commentary creators in that like his commentaries were structured more so to be comedic and ironic. They were like quasi commentary where like part of his opinion was still in there, but a lot of it was the appeal of it more was comedic than hearing his opinion.
Yeah, he's one of the big like edgelord creators.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of like a Filthy Frank or an iDubbbz, or early iDubbbz anyway.
Well, I feel like I feel like there's more dimension.
I think the
in
I
iDubbbz.
think the distinction is that Mumkey Jones is worse than them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Mumkey.
I
I
think
do
I
too,
think
but
a lot
he
of
is
his
worse.
a lot of his comedy was very ham-fisted. Like I feel like he tried a bit too hard in most of
How dare
the times he tried to be really edgy.
Um,
And also there's this bit that edgy people do that he really likes to do. We'll get to it once we get into the video, but
oh
Did
yeah.
you guys just hear my TV?
No.
Oh, okay.
Thank God.
We can't hear shit. In fact, it was great when we couldn't hear you.
That is
okay.
true.
Ah.
I have-
anyways,
And I'm gonna
for more recent context about this video
Visit
specifically, the one we're
WMHE.org.
talking about. So, a little while ago, I'd say a couple months ago, maybe even a couple of years ago, he made a video talking about Big Brother of all things, the reality show Big Brother, in which he talks about one of the contestants who was canceled, quote unquote, because
They
he
were
did some
canceled.
things.
I'd say they.
Sure. I haven't rewatched the original video, so I don't really know. But they were like canceled
was
and
3
thrown
years
off the
ago.
show. The things that the crew and other people on the show considered to be racist, I believe.
Yeah, I remember that. 'Cause
Yeah.
Didn't they say he said something that like he didn't say?
It
or
rhymes
something
with
like that?
bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they
So
did say that.
one thing, yeah. And you know what? There's a tidbit about that initial one that we'll talk about it once we get to the video. So.
All right, so
Let's
should
go.
we just
So-
get into it?
So, like,
Let's
a couple
let's
days ago, he
jump
made a
right into
sequel
it.
because there was been other
Big Brothers.
Big Brother contestants who have been canceled for being racist.
Imagine.
So,
Imagine.
Years ago, I made a video in defense of Big Brother 21 winner Jackson Mickey, who was facing.
oh yeah, I
unfair
should also
accusation-
mention. I should also probably explain that we're not Big Brother fans. That's not the reason that we chose this video, the show. We mostly
That's the
did
reason
it.
I chose it. I actually really
Well,
like Big Brother.
I've never
Well,
watched it.
I've literally never seen it.
Yeah, the reason we did it mostly there were some things about the Big Brother shit that we could talk about, but mostly it's because of this intro segment where he says some particular
I feel like they
things of
shouldn't
note.
do this. Sorry, it's not related. Just I feel like they shouldn't act like.
Yeah.
But, anyways.
Anyways.
that made me sad.
of racism. While I stand by everything I said in that video, I will admit my vocal delivery was perhaps too
little.
passionate and aggressive for the average viewer. It's like my brain is a calculator trying to divide by 0!
Imagine.
Imagine.
Okay, to
Imagine.
be fair, I was
By John Lennon.
about to contradict his statement of being against believe all women, but I do also kind of don't like that hashtag.
It's because you hate women. Actually.
Yeah, you're a misogynist and a
Oh
racist
yeah, that might have a role.
and a
in that.
pedophile.
Yes.
And you get girls pregnant and leave them or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is the most vulgar of them all.
That was very vulgar of you. Impolite, I should
Oh,
say.
it does not fucking compute! Little did I know, the Ballad of Jackson Mickey was only the beginning of an ongoing televised race war that would continue in each subsequent season of the show.
So,
televised race war.
He's exaggerating here for comedic effect, but
yeah,
we'll see what he's talking about here. I'm very desperately trying to provide commentary because we're not at the point yet.
Yeah, this is a lot of build up to the Big Brother aspect of things.
To the big little brother right now.
Although there was some context that I feel like we are missing, so I feel like we should let him continue speaking.
Of course.
Leading up to the recent expulsion of a contestant.
I hate the masking on this, by the way. I was just like, it's just something I thought
about.
that's
bad.
Named Luke Valent.
That looks like when I would make thumbnails when I was 15, and all I knew how to use was the polygonal select tool.
Who I had the opportunity to interview over on my podcast channel.
You could edit on Big Brother.
Well, of course you interviewed him. This is media bias at work.
Well, yeah, like he couldn't possibly be biased here at all. Also, how does Mumkey look like he's like 15 years younger in this than? Am I making fun of him for looking younger right now? Is that what
he does look like a primate?
He does look younger. I don't know why.
TM, that's his name.
All of these edgelord people always look like 12-year-olds at all times.
When's his birthday, actually?
They all look like this.
What's his address?
July 13th,
Where does he live?
1995, so he's 28. I thought his birthday... For a second, I actually looked at the date, and for some reason thought his birthday was today.
What's his exact location?
At what times does he commute to work?
We can dive into Luke's story. We need to take a look at the journey that brought us to this point.
Yeah, baby.
Back in the summer
Let's
of
go on a
2020,
journey.
Oh, okay, so we're already here. So...
A man named George Floyd committed suicide by overdosing on a drug called fentanyl.
Okay.
Okay, this video is taking a turn.
He committed suicide. He did it on purpose, guys. He committed suicide.
This is some much needed context.
Saying that he committed suicide is like implying that he did it on purpose, and I feel like that's worse than just saying he died of a fentanyl overdose.
Now we're pretty early into this section. Maybe this is just like maybe this is just like an edgy. Maybe this is like an edgy joke that could have gone wrong. And the next sentence he's about to say, he's going to clarify that he was just joking.
As all good jokes do.
Yeah.
Now, personally, I thought that George Floyd was killed by an evil, racist white police officer.
This is very interesting in that...
Now, we're pretty early into this section.
The joke is building, Drake. The joke is building.
Okay,
he's building it up.
This is,
haven't gotten
I
to
just
the
want to
punchline
highlight
yet.
this line in particular because, like, there's something he says later, after this video came out, that I asked him about personally. That
when did this just come out?
This came out like 5 days ago, so this is well over 3 years after the George Floyd thing, where he's where there's been ample time to research, ample evidence and time to research this.
Yeah,
he had this in his back pocket. He's like, it's been long enough.
Yeah,
I could post.
Should I show the comment yet, or should I just let this?
Now we're pretty early into this section. So maybe the next sentence he's about to say will sort of clarify that this was all a joke.
Yeah. Surely.
Who woke up that morning
Let's
with
hear
the
the
cold-blooded
punchline.
desire to kill an innocent man.
I like this thing that a lot of people do, where they try to make something sound more implausible than it is by acting like they fully intended to do that from the moment they woke up, when it doesn't really actually add anything at all.
Also, this might be a little insensitive, but I do have to ask: is there a second photo of George Floyd?
Is it like the whale? Where
listen, we're a little early in this. Maybe he'll eventually, maybe this is a preliminary to a punch, to like a he'll flip it.
Maybe the next thing he's about to say will clarify would be so exaggeratedly offensive that we'll just know that it's a joke right away.
Okay. Because right now it's sounding like the irony is in fact him Right now it's sounding like the irony is him stating that the cop did this from the start and was intentionally trying to do that. And then
it sounds like he's being facetious in order to imply that the mainstream media narrative of George Floyd is somehow or some way fabricated in some way. But maybe the next sentence he's about to say will clarify some things. So
we're gonna pause it after each sentence and.
Yeah.
But according to the forensic scientist who wrote George's official autopsy.
Okay, let's read this actually. No.
You don't have to read sources. This is not the true way.
Holy shit! He had caffeine in his system too, guys. I think he died from.
He overdosed on caffeine. That's why he died.
So yeah,
he had a sugar rush. That's
right there.
Weed, meth, fentanyl.
He overdosed on weed.
Okay, so this says that it was in his system. Basically.
Now we're pretty early into this section. So
I'm curious if he looked this up, looking for evidence to support this, and just didn't even read it, just found the report that said that he had drugs in the system. He had caffeine.
Look I know that he got shot I know he got shot in his back 1,000 times by a gun that a police officer was holding. But listen, maybe he wouldn't have died from that bullet if he didn't do weed beforehand. Just consider.
He drank a bottle of Coke too.
We're pretty early into this section, so maybe in the next sentence he is going to maybe point out a part of this page that we have missed. It is.
Okay, here comes the real joke.
He died from an overdose of illegally manufactured fentanyl.
So no
illegally. How do you legally manufacture fentanyl?
So there was drugs in the system, and the autopsy says no life-threatening injuries reported, which is not sustaining an injury does not. Whatever.
And methamphetamine. And if I've learned anything in the last few years, it's that you have to trust the medical science. And if
sheep, you fucking idiots.
Yeah.
You and your science.
Science and your facts. Imagine.
What is this fake ass? What the fuck is this fake ass protest image? This is not a real image of a protest.
Who does a pro-science protest?
I refuse to believe that everyone's side in this
culture where science is kind of brought into question now. I don't really.
Yeah.
I think this is the end of the segment.
If you don't, you're a fascist Nazi. In response to this tragic suicide.
Okay. So he then commented. On the same day. I was wrong to say George died in an overdose. The official cause of death was cardiopulmonary arrest, which is a heart attack. If this was caused by the drugs in combination with the stress of the arrest or just from the kneeling incident, that isn't for me to say. He's really walking that back.
Yeah, also, that is for you to say because you're the one saying it. But also, there was no evidence that the drugs were directly or indirectly the cause of his death. And also, the kneeling incident is the cause of he got kneeled on, so he got asphyxiated. So he got asphyxiated and he get cardiac arrest. What are you talking about?
Well, it could have been the stress of the arrest, actually, all of the time. Did you see the caffeine in his system?
Yeah, it was the Pepsi.
That is true.
The Pepsi did it.
It caused by the drugs in combination with the stress of the arrest. See, whenever I just see a police officer, I just immediately go into cardiac arrest.
I just immediately take fentanyl and die instantly.
Oh fuck, you're making me do this.
So, I was curious about why, well over 3 years after this event, I don't know. I feel a little bad about doing this because
just do it.
Look,
okay, I'll do it. But
he's not gonna watch this. Who cares?
He's literally not. But if he does, which he won't, but if he does, I'm sorry.
So we have to expose the truth.
We're truthists here. We care about the truth in journalism. That's what we are. We're journalists. Care about the truth. I'm just editing this a little to make it seem like it's worse than it is. No, just so this is. I guess I edited out his profile picture. So this is conversation I had with him. I said,
we'll never know who you're talking to.
Hey, Jimmy. I was curious as to why you thought George Floyd died of a drug overdose up to 3 years after it happened, but then within a day of your video coming out stating that, you left a comment correcting it. Not trying to sound condescending or anything, I'm sincerely curious as to how the turnaround was so fast in relative terms. I really, really didn't want him to think that I'm, like, launching a sting against him.
Yeah. And then, I'm not trying to, like, criticize him for his actions or anything.
Well, I'm not trying to, gild the lily here. He responded.
You could have been wearing a wire.
He thought he had to think about this response for 11 hours after this. The drugs definitely contributed to his cardiopulmonary arrest, but I worded it in the edgy way for my video because that's what I do. Now, you didn't word it that way.
That's
you
what
outright
I do.
Said,
and he pinned the comment for the crybabies in the chat trying to correct me.
To this point.
Let's listen.
In the summer of 2020,
let's listen.
This is edgy.
This is the edgy way it was worded.
Floyd committed suicide by overdosing on a drug called fentanyl.
Committed suicide.
That's
such a shitty way to put it. Committed suicide, a drug overdose?
So
would you say that would you say that fucking Mac Miller
Emmett
committed
Till
suicide?
actually died of falling into a river.
Yeah. He actually committed suicide.
I know that there's a stigma towards explaining the joke, but you know what? It's a very valuable thing to do in circumstances like this. I would really love to hear the explanation for like the setup and punchline for this joke. Because there isn't one.
Because it very much
it's literally
sounds like
just you lying about what happened about George Floyd. But the joke is, oh, I don't actually believe these things.
Well, the
it's
way
like
he says it sounds like the source of the irony is meant to be that what he's saying here is in fact the sarcasm. Is it double sarcasm?
Listen, he's pretending to be a bad person, and the joke is that you're not supposed to be like him. It's like filthy.
The joke's supposed to be that you're supposed to know that these things aren't true, when that clearly that doesn't work because people believe that this is the case still. So this isn't like
thank you for still making good content and not sanitizing everything like everyone else on SheckleTube does.
All these woke fucking fiends.
That's great.
I love this audience.
Audience that you cater to, Mumkey Jones. I hope you're happy.
It is really weird that
as a white straight male, wait, go back down.
Why would you go?
As a white straight male, I have no clue why any other white males would go on the show.
I mean, I buy that, but
what does it even mean?
They're talking about Big Brother.
Anyways, SOV, you were talking about race relations.
So it's very weird that Mumkey Jones is like, well, it's just my edgy way of doing things. Well, if you're going to do edgy humor, you usually don't immediately walk it back afterwards. Like, oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
Like, no,
usually
when you edgy.
Usually when you do edgy humor, you do humor.
Yeah.
I mean,
and you're trying to be.
That's typically how it's done. A bit of a trailblazer here.
What part of the George Floyd conspiracy monologue, ironic or not, is supposed to elicit a laugh out of an audience?
You want some humor with that, edgy? What audience is supposed to laugh? See, if that joke landed, who was supposed to laugh? Like, what is the
You're
audience
supposed to know that George Floyd did in fact die the way that the left-wing media stated he did, but he's going to state it as the right-wing media did, because he trusts the science.
Yeah, and this is I wanna bring this up because the edgy humor discourse, which for some reason we're still having, doesn't have a lot of nuance to it. It's either it's all good or it's all bad. My argument is that you can do edgy humor well, but everyone doing edgy humor is not doing it well. All the big figures in the pro edginess debate are people like iDubbbz or Mumkey Jones, where like they don't there's no like comedy to it. It's just Mumkey saying a conspiracy theory and iDubbbz calling someone the N-word.
Listen, Bronze, you don't get it. The joke is that he's spreading misinformation online, but he's like doing it in a goofy, quirky way.
Oh, so he knows that he's lying, and that's the joke. Okay.
Yeah.
The joke is that he appreciates the science, but he actually acts like he doesn't in his videos.
He's a corked up white boy goated with the sauce. You can't blame him.
And I'm not saying. I should probably clarify. I don't think that Mumkey Jones is like a Nazi or something. I think he's not funny.
Right.
He's bad at structuring jokes, and his idea of edgy humor is completely unfounded, I guess is the word I use to it.
Bronze, how can you say that about him?
There's no comedy to it.
I mean, I just
Bronze, I
disagree
like you say
with the idea. I just don't.
You're just saying saying things that go over the line is not jokes.
Well, the thing is like he did. I don't buy that he said that. I mean, I do buy that he partially said that to be edgy, but I don't buy that he said that to be ironic about it. Really, like
Bronze, how can you criticize other people? How about you make a joke right now, Bronze? Make a joke right now.
He's nuts.
Shit.
Yeah,
you are funny.
That's how these post-ironic, edgy YouTubers usually work. Is that the joke is that they know that they don't believe the things they're saying, and so they get enjoyment out of triggering people because they say outlandish things.
So do you think
that's not how comedy works?
It's Schrodinger's douchebag.
So are you saying that he intended the whole time for this to be ironic? Is he playing a character?
So. He's not playing a character.
I don't think he would apologize, right? Like, what would be the point of commenting an apology?
He says, I was wrong to say George died of an overdose. That if you were making a joke about something, you wouldn't say that you were saying that necessarily.
Sure.
But also, he only posted that for the crybabies in the audience. He said George died.
Yeah.
Want to point that out.
It's for the people who aren't in his little tiny fan base who like know that the joke is he doesn't believe the things he's saying, which if we're being honest, the amount of people who are in his audience is incredibly dwindling at this point, but that's not really part of the discussion. But
God, his ass. Shit. It's not part of the discussion. I just wanted to throw some shade. Anyway.
Yeah. I just hate him and everything he stands for, but that's not really what we're talking about.
That's beyond the point.
Yeah.
It's just
I don't know. I've
think
started
that was supposed to be him being like owning the liberals for saying that he died of an overdose or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
He's owning the libs.
Because he has the facts on his side.
I mean, the way that these people operate, it's always that like they say outlandish things, and then they laugh at people who get like reasonably offended at the things they say, because why would they lie about the things they believe for cheap laughs? But they do, because for some reason they think it's funny.
See, the joke is that I'm wrong and stupid.
It's weird because he says, because he can't. This is in DMs. He candidly says something that contradicts it, but he's saying this in a way that says that states that it contradicts what he said in the video, right? So he's saying that he's now in opposition of that stance.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a joke. He's aware of what the truth is, but the punchline is that he is lying.
I don't think he was lying. I think he was just very...
No, the punchline is that he's saying something he doesn't believe. I'm not saying it's a good premise for a joke. I'm saying that for some reason this is what these people think is funny.
I mean, I don't want to get the circular
it's just several layers of Schrodinger's douchebag. He's just like, joke, it's not, but really but it's actually, haha, get it?
Okay. Almost like an anti-joke.
Sort of.
In response to this tragic suicide, society's most productive and valuable members began rioting.
So this is also double sarcasm here, by the way.
I only see this clip, or a screenshot of this clip, from like circles that are like LMAO, BLM, am I right?
Literally, like two. There's only like 5 videos. Oh my god.
in the streets and burning down local businesses in a
He's doing a lot of
fiery but
framing
mostly
here,
peaceful
before we
protest.
even got into the point of the video.
Executives at the media company CBS Viacom saw this societal unrest and came up with a solution that would appease the angry mob.
This is okay. He gets even.
Yeah.
So
what is this? What is this
another
conspiracy
thing.
shit?
That is another thing.
Well, it's not a conspiracy.
I think
this is like
the
the quarter.
punchline. I think the punchline is supposed to be that he believes that all of this outlandish conspiracy stuff is the reason why these people were kicked off of Big Brother. That's supposed to be like the joke.
I think the comedy is just meant to be him stating the sarcasm in it, but the comedy is literally just meant to be him stating that these people are productive members of society, when the irony is meant to be that they're not. Or,
what on earth?
Or there's supposed to be irony in him saying like, "Oh, I thought that George Floyd died of a murder, but apparently it was actually a suicide." The irony is meant to come from him. Whatever.
Representation in the media. So they invented a new casting rule for their reality competitions. A forced diversity initiative, stating at least 50% of each cast must be a member of a minority group.
Wow. Okay, I mean, I don't agree with this. To be truthful with you, I don't agree with this policy. I think it's very knee-jerk. But like, what is this? What? And like, is this really cause and effect?
Yeah, clearly everyone's racist against white people, of course.
True.
But of course, the joke is that he doesn't really believe any of this.
Is that?
Yeah, I think he believes some of this and then doesn't believe other
Ron's being
things.
sarcastic, but like,
but that's the thing.
That's what makes it confusing.
Yeah.
I said before that like we should probably explain the joke more often, because how do you explain this joke in a way that isn't confusing?
you see, he was actually being sarcastic about the sarcastic element of it. Because, like, I think literally the joke is meant to be him saying that, oh, these people are productive members of society, right? Not. Like...
But that's the one on the surface, but then there's another layer of irony where I do believe he genuinely, like, he knows why George Floyd was actually murdered. So there is a layer of irony there where he knows the truth, but he thinks it's funny to say these conspiracy theories.
I mean, there's been some crazy shit said on this podcast, Trash Rats, but...
Yeah.
I'm sure you're a person that's watched every single episode of it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not the kind of person who is invested in the Mumkey Jones saga.
Well, here's the thing, is that a part of this does pain me a little to make this, because, like, I like Mumkey, you know? No, I do. No, come on. I like him. But it's like...
Sure.
I don't buy the explanation that, like, oh, I was trying to be funny with it. Where it's just like...
He's always been like this.
He does do that a lot, where it's just like you say one thing, and if people don't like it, he says, "Oh, it was a joke." But and a lot of time, I could see it being a joke, but with this one, it's just like
it's not a joke. It's just lying and then laughing at people who believe that you believe what you say.
I don't know if he was willfully lying about it. I think that's
the joke is that he doesn't believe anything at all.
Yeah, the joke is that he doesn't believe the things he's saying, and you're an idiot for believing he does.
Yeah.
But also,
don't you get it?
Thanks for not holding back like everyone else on SheckleTube does.
Yeah. That's the problem with this irony, is that it's part of the pipeline everyone's talking about, where people do genuinely believe all the things he is saying.
And he goes ahead and hearts the comments that call it SheckleTube.
Of course, when people say diversity, what they really mean is black people. Because that's realistically the only group that has benefited from this change.
Why?
What is it? What? What?
Why?
This is so weird.
How so?
I feel like I'm watching like Steven Crowder right now, or like Ben Shapiro.
I feel like I'm watching Adolf Hitler.
I feel like I'm watching Nick Fuentes.
So I think right now what he's saying here is not... ironic here. So I think we're non-irony mode. I'm gonna actually state verbally when I think he's being ironic, and we'll see. We'll discuss.
Because he certainly
There'll be a red dot on the screen.
I feel like this is still a bit too far.
I don't think it's
Once we get to the actual Big Brother
Each
stuff,
season,
like
we still get between 0 and 1 Hispanic people, 1 to 2 Asian people, and exactly 1 gay man. But now, instead of 1 or 2 black contestants, we get 5 or 6. If they wanted to stay...
Holy shit. Instead of 2, you get 5?
No fucking way.
True to the demographics of a...
Who is this? What is this graphic from, by the way? What is this, like...
Why is the Asian brown and the black is not? Like, what? That just confuses my brain.
Yeah, what is this,
Does it say visual capitalist?
Visual capitalist. Let's look this up.
Visual capitalist.
Okay, so this is like just a business.
Capitalism.
It's just
one of the fastest growing online publishers globally, focused on topics including markets.
Oh, so they're globalists.
Oh, that makes sense.
What is this like fucking white replacement theory thing, by the way? Here, I was trying to point that out, but I didn't have the I didn't know what the words were. Like,
well, don't you know that the white race is being replaced?
Yeah,
on purpose.
Monkey's the kind of...
See, the joke is that white people are actually becoming extinct, and I believe that.
You see, the joke is that Mumkey doesn't actually believe in the white replacement theory, but he says he does with no indication that it's a joke at all.
See, I'm being ironic. You just don't get it.
America, surely they'd have 5 or 6 Hispanic contestants each year. But despite the fact that thousands of Mexican children are being kept in cages down on the border, Mexican people haven't tried.
That was a very...
that might be insensitive.
That was a very reached for
joke
there.
Is this part ironic?
I mean, obviously the part where it's suggesting that you should go to the cages and get the people there to start them in Big Brother is meant to be ironic. But, like, him stating that, Hispanics don't ever commit crime, so they don't... only the people that commit crimes, which is only, these people.
Guys, you don't get it. When I was flying the Nazi flag outside of my house and saluting and going, "Hey, it was just a joke, guys. I was being ironic."
Yeah, it was actually the Kekistan flag, which has no relation to the Nazi symbol at all.
Guys, when I said white power and I wore the ghost costume and I burned a cross,
I was saying white chowder. I was in Oregon and I was looking for some white chowder.
I was actually saying white powder, as in like flour.
True. Anyways, is he stating right now that Hispanic people don't do crime?
He's saying that Hispanic people don't riot in the streets.
Yeah, I've never met any Hispanic drug dealers or anything. Anyways.
Oh, okay.
America has never disenfranchised Hispanic people.
Turning down 7-Eleven yet. So I guess they don't need to be appeased with over-representation on reality TV. That brings us to big...
Is he ranking minorities?
Is that part ironic?
Is that the funny part? Is that the part where I'm supposed to laugh?
Is he like ranking minorities here? It was like, oh well, the Hispanics don't.
Brother 23 and the formation of a secret alliance called the Cookout. For the first time ever, they were sick.
What's up?
He's like, listen. Hispanic people, they're not as cringe, but black people kind of sus. Gotta be honest. They don't got the riz. You know?
Black people probably like C tier, you know.
I like to imagine when Mumkey was making this video, he was doing Trump's mugshot face when recording.
The entire time.
No, this was made beforehand.
He was doing the DreamWorks face the whole time.
No, he was just furious. He did comment under Trump's return to Twitter with the Return of the King gif.
You see, it's funny because he doesn't actually believe.
It's funny because I'm not actually a Nazi.
He
It's
posted.
ironic. There's no kings in America.
He posted this,
That's a
but
British thing.
Yeah, he just thinks that Trump is funny, and that's the only reason he's supporting him.
this is interesting. So this is something that I thought was interesting.
He called King. He meant like he didn't like him because he doesn't
So
like
he asked
modern.
Chat GPT, can you rank the races by average intelligence? And it says Caucasians, Asians, Native Americans, Hispanics, Latinos, Blacks and African Americans, Pacific Islanders, and then Europeans. Which is awesome.
Why is Europeans and Caucasians separate?
It's a circular. It's a circular loop.
Now, the punchline is...
See, you don't.
I
The
think
AI is being ironic.
I think he's
okay?
just laughing at Europeans appearing at the end
Yeah.
here. But
Yeah, I mean, that one's
See,
kind
the
of
joke. See,
the
the
joke
joke
is that you wouldn't expect ChatGPT to, like, answer a question like that.
See, the joke is like Chat GPT is racist, and that's funny because
Yeah.
No, the AI is being ironic. It's not
Yeah.
being real.
it's being
The
ironic.
joke is that ChatGPT doesn't actually
Ah.
believe any of this.
shit. No.
6 black contestants competing in the game, and they recognized that a black person had never won Big Brother before. Despite their severe lack of representation, in the past the game has had an Asian winner, gay winners, Hispanic winners. One time they tried to have a transgender winner, but she had a complete mental breakdown and then they never cast a trans person again. Oops.
Okay. That was funny.
Okay.
What?
I actually,
See, the joke is the joke. See, the
no,
joke
no,
is
that's funny though. That's funny.
the joke. The joke is that
I think it's
See-
funny because he's just
see, the
matter
joke-
of factly stating what happened.
But for
The
some
joke is
reason,
that
a black
Prez
person had
women-
never managed to win. So the 6 of them formed a secret alliance with the intention of getting all of them to the end of the game without Whitey being any the wiser. And it actually worked. That season
Not really
was a
fitting.
literal race war, and the black people won.
Now I think when he says race war, it is obvious that it is ironic there. I think that's an
Yeah,
ironic thing.
that is hyperbole.
Yes.
That's the only obvious joke in this video.
Now, you're probably expecting me to say that the Alliance was racist or something, but I was actually a big fan of the cookout. I thought it was
See,
a great
I'm not
strategy because the 6 of
Yeah,
them
the
were
joke-
basically forced to stay loyal to each other in the game due to wider societal and racial implications. And of course, as
the
soon as it
joke
came
is
down
that-
to the 6 of them, the black men immediately targeted and betrayed the black women. And it was kind of hilarious. Tiffany easily could have won the game if she stayed true to her side alliance.
I would have loved to have context for this, but unfortunately,
No one who is normal watches reality television.
who does that shit anymore? Ugh, I'm gonna throw up.
he likes Big Brother for some reason. It seems like a
Sure.
show. It doesn't seem like a show he'd really be into, but it is. Okay.
Alliance,
Never
but she
seen
basically
it, but,
sacrificed
You know, who knows? It might be good.
her chance at providing for her family just to guarantee that somebody with dark skin would win the silly reality TV show. Yas Queen. That brings us to Big Brother 24
Yas
and a man
Queen.
named Kyle. About halfway through the game,
Okay, so I'm familiar with this, and this is kind of bullshit. I will admit.
Yeah.
I remember seeing this all over Twitter when it happened.
Yeah, KK Kyle. This I do agree with Mumkey here. Unless he's being ironic, of course. Who's to
Of course. We never know.
This could be a punchline. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah.
You gotta wait.
Kyle
for the
looked
joke.
around and noticed there were a lot of black contestants still in the house. And as somebody who had witnessed what the cookout had done in the previous season, Kyle made an innocent inquiry. What if the black contestants are secretly working together for the second season in a row? And they ruined his life for it. The angry Twitter mob wanted his head on a pike.
I mean,
I will say, he had no evidence for his conclusion other than the fact that it happened on a previous season.
and there were a lot of black people left here. The conclusion,
And also-
the conclusion that Mumkey draws here actually is very interesting because it makes an implication of something that's completely. We'll get to it when we get to it, but it makes an implication to kind of work for Kyle, that just isn't really there.
Yeah. But
I also
also
like that these are the most scathing incidents of like, oh, this guy's life was ruined because at Schley on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's a terrible
I also like to clarify that this isn't the only thing that got Kyle into controversy.
Is that right? What else was there?
There were a couple of smaller incidents, mostly just like microaggressions and things like that. Like, I'm reading from an article here. For instance, he told Turner that his bucket hat made him look like a Filipino rice farmer. And he did an over-the-top impression of Indy's Brazilian accent.
Okay. So
like it wasn't that's
Hitler
the big thing. I don't think I would call him racist per se, but
there's some questionable stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not as good as this is making it out to be.
They immediately began comparing him to the Ku Klux Klan and demanded that he get removed from the game for inciting malicious rape.
I mean, are you sincerely surprised at this behavior from viewers of fucking Big Brother? Like, do you think they have the societal grasp to fucking...
Do you think they have an IQ above room temperature?
Oh yeah, the other incident was that when Kyle was trying to make a different alliance to compete against the Black Alliance that didn't exist, he referred to the other people outside of the Black Alliance that didn't exist as the silent majority of the show.
Awesome.
And if you know what the term silent majority means, go outside.
Thankfully, Kyle's racism was proven wrong, because the final contestants at the end of the game weren't even black. Oh.
Okay, so he states this as if they had made the coalition like they did in the previous season.
Yeah.
I mean, they did end up being black, yes, but he shows this and states this as if it corroborates what the speculation Kyle had made.
Yeah, there is no evidence that a coalition of black contestants ever actually happened.
Big Brother absolutely would have filmed it if they made one.
Well, they did last season with the cookout, but
I think they'd probably film it again if it actually did happen.
Yeah.
You know?
All this shit is like 24-hour live cameras.
Okay,
so they have the
so he was canceled.
Oh no, I can't believe
labeled
black people won. They're not supposed to do that.
the show, by the way, if you're not familiar, the way Big Brother works is that like you can literally like tune in and watch it live like 24/7.
It's like Fish Tank, except better.
I've
But
not
with
seen either.
100% less Sam Hyde.
Yeah.
Racist because he wondered if history was repeating itself. That's all it takes at this point. An innocent question based on historical
And several other jokes that seem to
and other things that give a pattern of perhaps at least frequent microaggressions. But also he had no way of corroborating that this thing that he made up in his head was actually happening. And also he referred to himself and the other non-black people as a silent majority.
I mean, I don't think it was unreasonable of him to speculate, I guess, but his evidence was literally just there were a lot of black people left.
Yeah, and also he really danced around actually saying that, there's a lot of black people in the
with
cast.
that
So I
background.
think that a lot of people with very diverse background.
and you're a
people
modern day
over there.
KKK member. And that brings us to the current season.
I do agree. I do agree with
Masking's
him.
terrible.
I do agree with him that I would not call this person a KKK member or generally a racist. But he's done things. I care about behavior more than any labels, and he's done some things.
Brother 25, knowing full well what happened to Kyle for even suggesting that black contestants might be working together, on day one of the game, all of the black people formed a secret alliance called the
That's not true. That's not all the black people, because there were black men that were not included in it. But yes, they did make a race-based alliance once again.
Yeah.
What do you know? They filmed it.
It's a good strategy, though. I'll say that. So,
Yeah.
you make your own alliance, and if anyone talks about it, they get canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brown sugar babe.
We haven't seen what this guy has done yet.
Oh yeah, I'm sure
maybe,
it's just
maybe
as
he did
innocuous.
something. Yeah, just as innocuous.
With the confidence that if anyone questioned it, they'd be canceled inside and outside of the game. And of course, the rabid, angry Twitter mob
These people are very ugly, by the way. I just want to state that.
Okay.
Look at how rabid these people are.
Are you gonna say that they all look alike too?
These people? What do you mean by that, Drake?
The people on screen.
You people?
The Twitter people?
I mean, the people that were in...
Them two.
What?
celebrated this alliance. It was complete.
By the way, SRB, you're really not holding up your end of the bargain here. Like,
what do you think about black people, SOV?
Stop fucking with them.
Alright, listen.
Oh.
Alright, listen.
It's not.
So here's the deal. I think
he's gonna
they're great.
us.
Play devil's advocate for a second.
What did you think I was gonna say, Bronze? What did you think?
That's it was a very forward way to start that answer.
Completely oblivious to their severe hypocrisy.
I mean, are these even the same people?
How is it hypocritical?
It's hypocritical to state that they like the brown sugar babes.
Well, yeah, well...
And he called them rabid. Like, these are not rabid Twitter users.
Well, he's saying that this is in contrast to the other people. But, like, these are different individuals. If you were showing side by side this person saying, oh, KK Kyle, and then, oh, I like the brown sugar babes, then that would... I mean, it wouldn't be a very strong example of hypocrisy, but it would further...
Hypocrisy would be like one of the black contestants speculating that the white people made an alliance and Twitter did nothing.
They should do that.
That would be funny.
Except the alliance would be like 20 people, so...
Oh, yeah.
But the man of the hour who got kicked out...
That would be ethnic cleansing at that point, so... Maybe they...
Well, yeah, they probably would be outraged by something like that, maybe.
The House by production for hate speech didn't commit Kyle's sin of suggesting that black people might be working together in a social game. In fact, his #1 ally was the only black man in the House. No.
Oh, he had a black friend, okay.
Yeah, and he wasn't in the brown sugar babes. Fucking idiot. Like, why? He said every black person. This is not true. Not true. Sorry. False.
But at least we know he has black friends.
What Luke did was accidentally say the word nigga to a white person in a jovial friend.
Careful! You can't just throw that out there, man.
Said a slur.
Dorito.
You can't just throw that. You can't just casually
say
throw
Dorito.
Yeah.
Friendly way.
So
we were in the fucking cheese room, nigga.
Why did he censor the word cheese? Did you hear that?
In a jovial, friendly way.
We were in the fucking cheese room, nigga.
That is actually a thing. All the articles that I read about this situation also censored the word cheese.
It's a very offensive
maybe
word.
Maybe there was like an audio glitch or something. So do you think this case in point right here is offensive? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes?
Well, not offensive, but like with how casually he just says it, I feel like there's
and he lowers his voice when he says it too. Like he almost like slipped up by saying it, right?
It's too late. It was already out of his mouth.
That was.
He tried to reach and grab those words, but too late.
That's the bit. He pulled a PewDiePie bridge.
Well, how do we
except
know that
on
this
national
is really
television?
What he thinks? Maybe he was being ironic.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't actually say the N-word, but the joke is he says the N-word.
Okay,
I have some cultural context to give on this actually. As a white person. So, after
the only white person on this panel.
After the initial 2020 guy who got canceled on Big Brother,
George Floyd.
After George Floyd got kicked out of the Big Brother house and died, Big Brother created a policy against hate speech, because from the research I've done, they have a very bad problem with hate speech on this show.
That's what happens when you got so many people mixed up. There's too much diversity in the world, as T-Bob said.
And this policy is specifically, it's like you don't get any like 3 strikes or whatever. You're just out immediately.
Okay, I'm gonna dissent a little bit. I don't.
And
know...
also Luke Valentine knew that policy existed and did it anyway.
Okay.
So
fair enough. I'm gonna dissent a little bit. I don't think you should have said it. I think it's reasonable. I think it's reasonable that they kicked him out, but at the same time, I don't necessarily think the example shown.
I don't think that I would call him. I don't know if I would call him a racist for this.
I wouldn't say he's racist, but I don't think it's something he should do.
Yes,
You know?
I believe he did something wrong, and like he was fully aware of like the no tolerance hate speech policy. They don't want people saying slurs on TV, so they kicked him out.
Is there any place for this?
He's not racist. He's just cringe. And some
I
might
think
say
there should have been a
that's
warning.
It should have been a warning.
You get 3 N-words on TV, and then you're out.
Yeah. So, I mean, is there any place for any white person to say the N-word?
No.
Is there any safe haven left in this earth?
What about the cheese room?
What about the cheese room?
You can't say cheese room. That's just
Nobody
wrong.
could say that.
See, that's the problem. We weren't even talking about the N-word. The cheese room. That's the issue here.
Dude.
He shouldn't have said that
And
shit.
from the way the angry Twitter mob reacted, you'd think he...
These are also different people. Can you not tell them apart? They all look the same? Is that it, Mumkey? Is that it?
I hope Luke gets fired from whatever job he's working at RN. Quite a bad look to employ a racist.
He's a registered
Who's
nurse?
Luke? Oh, Luke. Luke?
Hey,
I
here's
thought we were
the
talking
thing,
about Kyle.
though.
No, this is Luke.
Did
Keep
they
up.
air?
You knew what we were talking about. Go ahead.
They both have glasses. All white people look the same to me. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, SRB.
Did they air the clip of him saying the N-word?
Well, the show's 24/7. It's live, so like.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was
But,
gonna say, like,
I mean, imagine it didn't get into like the final broadcast. Like they cut it down to an hour each day, but like you can tune in to the show live on the internet and watch it 24/7.
Yeah.
So the footage is out there. Luke KKK. Damn, these
That's
people
not a
with
good.
K's in their name really.
That's not a good hashtag.
See,
It doesn't roll off the tongue as well as KK Kyle.
yeah. See, my name's gonna be good because like it doesn't have a K. Oh, I guess it Drake KK if I go by that. Damn it.
Drake KK rolls off the tongue better than KK Kyle.
Yeah.
I like how
I might
there's
start going
like,
by that.
Hell, you should.
Go ahead, SRB.
I was just gonna say, I like how there's a KKK related hashtag every year in Big Brother.
Well, yes, as nature
Yeah.
intended. That's actually what the mass shooting hashtag was about.
Oh yeah, the Big Brother house got shot up.
the hard R against a black person to dehumanize him. For some reason, this slip of the tongue caught the attention of TMZ.
For some reason.
Slip of the tongue.
I mean,
TMZ
I buy
everything.
that it was a slip of a tongue, sure.
Yeah. It's
I
the
mean,
same
it's
thing
a
as
weird-
like, oh, I accidentally told someone that a friend of theirs talked badly to them behind their back. I wasn't supposed to say that in front of you. I'm so sorry. But instead, it's a slur.
It's weird to say. It's weird to say for some reason, like you don't know the reason, because it's.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
in trouble now. I like that quote.
Oops.
Well, it looks like I'm in a bunch.
For
The
some
New
reason,
York-
TMZ is reporting on this. Yeah, they report on everything.
Yeah, like why would they report on something crazy happening on a reality?
Why would they report
That
on
seems
a?
so
Why would they?
unrandom.
Why would they report on a controversy in a reality show? That's just nothing they have ever done before.
Times, and every other dying media news source desperately.
Like the New York Times dying. The New
Dying.
York Times
Like
dying.
New York.
Yes.
Dying.
Oh, yeah.
Unlike him, of course.
No, he's way bigger than the Times.
I'm gonna help him out a little bit. but
desperate for clicks.
Least we could
And
do.
the Twitter hate mob once again compared a kind-hearted man to the Ku Klux Klan.
now he's a
Kind-hearted-
kind-hearted man because everyone else on Twitter is against him. So contrarian
Nuances.
Mumkey has to be. In fact,
Yeah. None of these people on Twitter are giving any nuance to the situation. This person did nothing wrong, and you're all crazy.
yes,
Now I know these people hate history lessons,
Can't
but the
fault
Ku
these people, huh?
You
These
people.
people?
Hmm.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by this?
Siminy Jimminy.
Klux Klan
do you
was
mean by that?
fucking evil. They hunted down and violently lynched black people by the thousands. It is incredibly offensive and
Okay, yes, like if you interpret it
Oh,
literally.
are you triggered now?
Why is he only triggered when it's white people being made fun of?
Well, because
Earlier he
Now
was
the
like,
shoe's
these
on the other foot.
crybabies. About the George Floyd thing, he was like, these fucking crybabies. I only wrote that just to make them stop fucking commenting all these crybabies. And now he's like, guys, don't be so mean to these white people, man.
yeah, I didn't mean it when I
Don't
said
do it, won't
that.
you?
When I very confidently stated with no hint of irony that George Floyd died intentionally of a suicide.
Look,
Which is a
man,
different
you can
thing
joke
than
about
saying
George
that-
Floyd dying of fentanyl, but you can't compare white people to a hate group. That's bad.
disgusting to compare either of these
You know,
men to a
tweets like
violent,
this are obvious
murderous.
jokes. Like, they're not literally comparing them to the
Yeah,
KKK.
like this is
Yeah.
it not. Does anyone care what this person, what they even say to begin with?
Can't believe
Yeah.
they put 2 extra letters in their names. Despicable.
Okay, like I think we're getting a little far away from it, where it's like
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
we were just given definitive evidence that this person casually uses slur in private conversation. That's nothing. He didn't do anything wrong, really.
His hate group for committing the most minor verbal infractions possible, and they're gonna
Minor
be stuck
verbal
with this
infraction. You
label
can't
for
even
the
say
rest
the
of their.
fucking word.
The most minor and verbal fraction possible.
Well,
Saying
he
the
already
N-word.
did say he already did say it.
Yeah, he does say it multiple times in this video because he's incredibly funny.
Well,
He's
yes.
hilarious, actually.
Lives.
Minor
These
infraction. See,
dumb
that wasn't an
motherfuckers
infraction.
read the Scarlet Letter and thought it was a guidebook for an
This
ideal
is literally
society.
1984.
Has anyone here read the Scarlet Letter?
Oh,
Okay, so it's about a woman who lives in a society,
Ew. Disgusting.
and she had a baby with someone other than her husband, so she's labeled as an adulterer. So she gets the letter A like sewn onto her clothing, and she gets verbally ostracized. Now, whenever someone gets canceled on Twitter, they'll immediately draw parallels to the Scarlet Letter, because that's also an example, or like the Crucible, because that's also an example of just many people being against someone. Although
Wait,
except it now
Getting-
adds the context of them being unreasonable for it. So you
getting
can say
kicked
that
off
for
Big
any.
Brother, I mean, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
This is literally the
This
Matrix.
time around, the Twitter hate mob was so loud and angry that Big Brother production realized they needed to eject
Well, I'm
Luke
in
from the
trouble
game,
now.
or else they'd share the same fate as 7-Eleven. So Luke was removed for
wasn't-
the crime.
He wasn't removed from the show because of the Twitter backlash. They have a no tolerance hate speech policy. You're just lying.
yeah, the hate speech policy that didn't he mention that earlier in this video?
Yeah, he didn't say that it was no tolerance, and also we kind of glossed over it. So, because he wants to
I'm
create
of-
the narrative that this person did nothing wrong.
Hate speech. But given the context in which he
Hate
used
speech.
the word, there was nothing hateful about it. I don't think.
Sure.
What do you mean? He said she's very, very strongly.
I mean, sure, but that's not. I mean, it's not even necessarily the argument. Like,
You want someone just slinging slurs in your nationally syndicated television show? No.
I'd kill myself if I said the N-word on national television, I gotta be honest.
I would agree that people saying that he's a legitimate actual Nazi or whatever, those people are probably exaggerating a little bit, but it's not. He did something wrong in order to get kicked off the show.
there's you mentioned this. There's a strong lack of nuance in this.
Yeah,
Where
That's the true irony, is that he's trying to argue that these Twitter people have no nuance in the situation, but also this person
doesn't have a hateful bone
did
in his
nothing
body.
wrong.
He's such a sweet man. His last name's Valentine. He's a lover.
Yeah.
Kind-hearted, great guy. Never said anything wrong in his life.
He was in the fucking cheese room.
Well, he did say cheese.
Can't say that on YouTube.
Text in which he used the word, there was nothing hateful about it. I don't think there's a hateful bone in this man's body.
You know Mumkey Jones wanted to be an English teacher?
Ah.
That would be interesting.
He knows a lot about certain words, I'll give him that.
But these people don't care about context. They literally think that if you use certain words...
Literally think.
They literally think that if you say the N-word, you might be racist. Isn't this outrageous?
Yeah. Imagine joking about something like that's like
Yeah.
that. Like,
They literally
could you joke about
think-
the KKK? Like, really? You're gonna joke
They
about
literally think that if you... There's
I don't joke
evidence
about-
that you casually use
This is
slurs
almost
in
as bad as
private
joking about pregnancy.
speech.
This is the
That is true.
I was trying to call that back, but I couldn't quite get there yet. Glad you just...
Yeah.
Words for
Crazy
any
to think
reason
that
at
if
all.
there's proof
In
that you constantly and casually use slurs in private conversation, that you might be desensitized to any problems involving race going on in the country currently.
Well, yeah.
That's just a leap.
any context whatsoever, you are equivalent to the KKK.
They're DMing me about, medieval torture techniques they'd perform on me.
Who's they? What do you mean by they? Luke?
Oh, you see, the joke is they don't actually believe that they're going to medievally torture you, but the joke is that they're saying that they do.
I mean, it's
And they
not...
built it.
Yeah.
And they put it in their garage.
It's not a very
But
good
they're not
joke,
gonna use
honestly. I wish they elaborated on it a little bit more or something,
Yeah. The joke isn't just saying something that you wouldn't actually believe and laughing at people who believe that you believe it. That would just be a bad joke.
Right.
Real. Who is...
Hey, here comes the punchline.
Hang on, I'm checking...
Yeah, we're pretty early into the section.
The live stream is like 2 days behind.
You were pretty early into this video, so maybe in his next sentence he'll explain what the joke is and we'll understand the punchline,
Jas is fucking putting this on the burner right now. He said the live stream is like 2 days behind in cases like this. Xander, your TV series 52 Weeks is like 10 weeks behind in what it should be.
It's 52 weeks behind.
We're not going to go live immediately when something like this happens because we don't care that much, honestly.
I mean, I care. I put effort into the show.
I
opened OBS.
I put my blood, sweat, and tears into watching this
quote-unquote live stream is like 2 days behind in cases like this.
Yeah, what is
they let it air anyways.
This is actually pre-recorded.
Yeah.
Drake is proud of
Oh,
Degeneracy.
no, wait! I think
It's
he's
like
talking
the
about
tape.
Big Brother. I think he's saying Big Brother is recorded 2 days in advance.
Oh,
so they let the N-word air.
Sorry. I take that back.
Our apologies,
You
Xander.
fucking asshole! You
You're
piece
still-
of shit!
You're still an idiot, but sorry about that.
That is actually interesting context then. So I guess they wanted to explain why he was getting kicked off the show, but would it have not been a problem if they just didn't air it? Question mark?
Well, I mean,
I guess they need 24 hours, and I guess they need 24
yeah,
hours.
it is live and people are watching it, so like...
Interesting.
But in graphic detail, like you ever heard of Iron Maiden, like stuff like that?
The host of the show, Julie Chen, is married to former CBS executive Les Moonves. In 2018, Les Moonves resigned from
I don't agree with the fact that the KKK is evil.
I mean,
Yeah,
Spoken like a
got your
man
ass.
who leaves pregnant women.
You see, the joke is I don't actually believe.
Here comes the punchline, guys.
Company after multiple accusations.
Did you see that? He deleted it. He deleted it like a millisecond after. But did you see that? I caught that. I saw that.
Her husband was cheating on her by raping interns. Julie Chen had a complete mental breakdown and became a born-again Christian, and hyphenated her name to include his. From then on, exclusively introducing herself as Julie Chen Moonves. That's right. she doubled down on supporting her rapist husband.
Well, this is ironic here.
Rapist?
You see, he doesn't really rape, but the joke is he says he does.
Mm-hmm.
And
the joke is he rapes people.
It's funny because after I rape, I go LMAO.
According to this Twitter hate mob, Kyle suggesting that black contestants might be working together 2 years in a...
Like 2 people on Twitter? He finds like 4 or 5 examples for these.
I just don't understand the point of this video other than to own the libs or whatever.
Because
what's the point? What's the point?
Context is dead, y'all. We're living in 1984 right now.
These people have no nuance, but also this nuanced topic is completely unnuanced. These people have done nothing wrong.
Well, it feels like he's leading to like an overarching point that he's gonna like
Luke
reiterate,
accidentally saying nigga to a white person in a friendly conversation is an unforgivable sin. But supporting a literal rapist is just fine. Comparing innocent men to a terrorist group that lynched thousands of people is completely acceptable. Burning 7-Eleven to the ground because a junkie overdosed on meth and fentanyl is the definition of justice.
I didn't
say any of this.
I didn't watch that far into.
Yeah, that's not.
I didn't watch that far into the
right?
video.
He's doing a lot of framing in this video about the death of context. By the way, very ironic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also all his comedy is in 7 layers of irony. But nuance is dead, you know.
Let's listen to this again, because I want to break it down a little. This sentence in particular.
Junkie overdose completely acceptable. Burning 7-Eleven to the ground because a junkie overdosed on meth and fentanyl is the definition of justice.
Now, which part of that is ironic? Because what it sounds to me is that he's saying that that's justice because people burned down a 7-Eleven, I guess, because of George Floyd. That seems to be the source of his criticism. But if we're to believe what he said, that's actually what he does mean, and the part that's ironic is him stating that George Floyd overdosed on fentanyl. Is that what?
Yeah, what's the joke?
Is that what it is, or is it ironic and then double ironic?
We should go to the woke court.
I'm asking a serious question, like.
Yeah, you see, once you get into this many layers of irony, you're just making shit up. You don't even know what your intentions are, because you're just saying things because you know that your audience will like it.
Well, no, because
I believe he inserted something like an edgy joke into his big point that he means something, like with actual arguments. Like,
yeah,
thanks for the hearts coming in, guys, by the way.
That's the even more confusing thing, is that not every part of this joke is just an edgy, ironic bit.
There's parts that you're meant to take at face value, which, like, what?
Yeah, but also the things that aren't bits are also ridiculous because the arguments are bad, so...
Sending death threats to people because they said a word you don't like is just the consequences of one's...
That's not a very censorious way to put it at all.
I guarantee you that Mumkey Jones doesn't actually care about death threats when it doesn't involve people he doesn't... If it involves someone he's like in an argument with, he doesn't believe that death threats actually exist.
I mean, Quentin Reviews could testify to that.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I remember that. That was very funny.
Actions. It might seem like we're living in a clown world, but we're way beyond that. This is a world where we've given in to
clowns.
Literally 1984, but with clowns.
Literally, we're living in a Clockwork Orange.
Angry mob justice, and we've blindly accepted the death of context.
What's this we shit, white man?
We have all accepted the death of context. I can't believe that people thought that cop killed George Floyd. Don't they know that he overdosed and did drugs?
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I'm more confused by this video than I'm, like, angry at it.
He's renounced the George Floyd shit, but also says in DMs here that, like, oh, I put that there to make the crybaby stop because I was actually being edgy.
Read the comments. Some of these are kind of gold. What's that one with the butterfly? I can only imagine what would happen if someone tried planning a race alliance on Fish Tank.
That's pretty funny, actually.
As someone who's a huge Big Brother fan, you're 100% spot on. I was waiting for this video. I was waiting for someone to make this video.
A huge Big
But
Brother
what does Scott
fan?
think?
What does Scott think?
Okay. Yeah. Well,
Anyways.
What does Scott think?
We're at 2:15. Do we want to call it here?
I mean, I feel like we got all the racism out of our system.
Fuck yeah. Did you
I
know
didn't get to say the
17 is
N-word yet.
my favorite number, actually?
Oh.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I don't know.
Translate.
Woo! Alright. Should I... Yeah, whatever. I'll just end it.
Goodbye.
Alright.
Make sure you press the other button, too.
Yep,